Hello everyone, Felix here. Oh man. Um oh, excuse me. I gotta pull out my service rifle there. That's that could be a euphemism for something else that I won't discuss at the moment. But excuse me. I am a bit under the weather at the moment. Hopefully that will change soon because of like things that I plan to do. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, hold on.
Fantastic.
Let me pull up chat. Let me pull up chat. Anyways, getting into the getting get getting into I guess things that are happening, things that are going on with me. Getting into the good news, surprising good news before the bad news that is this stream's existence is all that fuss about my car, which I was talking about earlier, last time, which was during my GFL 1 stream. That has been It's been mostly solved. We're good on that. I made my peace with my dad and my parents regarding the fate of the car. We'll keep it running because it was a relatively simple radiator and radiator fan change, and she's
New
purring like a
customers
cat.
even knows things
Oh,
like
oh, that's what is that? Damn ad. But yeah, I have been Felix being a coward and not playing New Vegas again. Wow, the nerd won't even play it raw. He needs the wiki. Well, okay, see, I was playing New Vegas yesterday to get back into to properly get back into the mood for talking about Fallout. And something I observed was that normally there are five powder gangers that attack good springs. I could when I was counting the bodies after when I was counting the bodies after winning the fight, I found only five. So I'm looking for the sixth one to make sure I didn't miscount. I had killed Joe Cobb before the fight, but it says that there's always going to be six that spawn. I've done something that I'd never done before, which is like usually when it comes to New Vegas, I very rarely use landmine weapons. Like I like explosive weapons, but they're not like a main compared to guns and melee. Um, my most used are I've used energy weapon builds on some characters, but my most used are always tends to be like a mix of guns and melee. So explosives isn't really a big thing of mine. I just tend to like besides VATS and exploration, I tend to play it mostly like a survival shooter. Although of course that is to not deny the obvious RPG elements that Fallout has, but I play it mostly as one of those. But like usually the nerd won't even play it raw. I'm looking for like it says six powder gangers will always spawn. I'm looking for the sixth body because I can only find five. Um, but I guess other things. Going back to stuff I was talking about, stuff with the car has mostly been fixed. Stuff with the car has mostly been sorted out. I'm not gonna click my notifications. Do not fall into the trap. Um, yeah, it's mostly that's been fixed. She's purring like a cat, an old cat. But I love that my car is back in the game. And mm, what else is there? I guess the more negative news is that because of the nature of like again the streams, and I only do this a few times per week. While setting up like thinking up of ideas and setting up for stream can be a bit difficult. Honestly, this is something I love doing. While I did get into it as not to be a V-tweeter, which I'm aware I follow a lot of V-tweeters, I'm genuinely happy doing this, and I wish like with time and everything, I wish I could do this more. Just genuinely as the thing to do, share experiences with you all. Something that I'm proud of doing, honestly, because you know it's the way that stuttering a lot. There's a lot of experiences that I want to share with you guys that I want to play, like things that I want to play, things that I want to talk about, and I feel like I'm running out of time in that regard, and I feel like I have to plan my schedules. I have to plan my I have to plan my schedules. I have to I have to do things. There's still stuff that I like. I have plans. Like I want to continue playing Girls Front Line for on stream. I want like I said I was going to play Modern Warfare, but I might not even do that on stream this month. One of the more important things was like this potential recap, this film Freakout recap, where I cover like how my opinions of the movies I reviewed this year have changed, which that will be coming up, and more Valhalla and more, like finishing up the second round of Valhalla for this year, and just doing more things. I still want to. I think I had a pretty good, like, besides my lack of development and like getting a model and all that, or even getting like a moving PNG. I am satisfied, at least like has my stream quality improved? Not entirely. I've just come up with more ideas. So that's that. Excuse me for my sniffling. I am a bit again, I am a bit under the weather. It's like despite that, it's still hot. It's still hot down here. It's still really warm in this part. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Do I really have to mute this thing every single time? I hate I like why isn't Felix using an ad blocker? Look, I'm on Brave. I'm on Brave. It's supposed to not have an ad blocker. It's supposed to have an ad blocker in the first place, but I don't know why it's almost ignoring it. But anyways, anyways, just mute the page. If you're that hard up for ammo, learn to fucking aim. It is using the iron like the on the service rifle. Unironically, besides my love for like AR-15s and M16s in game, the service rifle's iron sights are genuinely one of the best things about the game. Um, hunting. I don't have the hunting rifle with the scope. I know Boone does. I haven't installed one. I think on the hunting rifle in the game, but yeah, I don't use sniper rifles a whole lot. But I do like sniping though. Iron sights are good. I just haven't played this game in a while, and I have to like convince myself to return to this. Something that I've admitted in the past, I guess, regarding this is that despite you'll notice that I was a very big in talking about Fallout and like obsessing over Fallout last year, and then by the turn of this year, it's kind of fizzled because behind the scenes, I think I've admitted to this before. I was writing a fanfic, a fanfic slash rewrite of New Vegas, involving a whole like faction reworks and my ideas for those, and the people that I was involved with in making that kind of had it like I was technically the lead writer, but I had a bit of a falling out with them, like a few months ago, and it really killed my desire to keep investing in this. Besides other things that are going on in my life that I'm like having to struggle with, like both real life things and other interests that I have. A lot of those, like all of that combined, really dampened my spirits in talking about Fallout. But I guess getting back into the game, it really does. Like there's been a loss of intimacy since I stopped playing it regularly. I have like hold on, let me check that. I have 400 hours for like 400 hours in New Vegas as of total, but that has been decreasing since then because I haven't played this as much. But it's like, yeah, it's like riding a bike. You're getting back used. You're getting used to the mechanics again. You're doing all the stuff that you once did and finding your way around it. And you can mute the ads if you close those tabs, so you can disable the audio. It's next to the page symbol. Well, whatever. I'll take care of that. But anyways, I guess other things I'm gonna talk about. I guess that I should get out of the way first is I don't know. I feel I need to comment on this. I'm not even I'm not I'm like okay. Being entirely honest, I'm not even a Zentreya fan. I'm not a Zentreya fan, and I don't I there really isn't a problem with this outfit. I genuinely it's like it's people are it never ceases to amaze me how like just plainly worked up over nothing some idiots on the internet can be, because it's supposed to be like this military villainous outfit, like a dictator outfit, or just like you can't you've seen this design all over anime, and people are calling it, oh, it's a neo-Nazi thing. It's not. It's you've never like just admit you don't know anything about history or even design. This isn't there isn't a like again, I'm not a Zen fan. I'm not even a Zen simp. I don't like V shoujo or 90% of the people attached to it. This is not a Nazi outfit. This never has been. This is what when you see red and black together, red, black, and white together, you automatically assume it's something. Ooh, it's fascist coded. Like I don't care. It's got little like what made you what made it Nazi to you? The little demonic symbols or like the little dragon symbols there, the happenstance of red and black. Have you never? It's like it's like if a person saw, I don't know, an 1800s like Austro-Hungarian outfit and called it Nazi. It's like hearing someone like it's like hearing the French national anthem La Marseillaise play and then calling it Nazi, which is extremely anti-Nazi. This has nothing to do with that. And the fact that people are so scared of fucking aesthetics that might be semi-Nazi or fascist inspired, like it's like there are outfits like this in Nikkei and fucking Azur, like in of course there's gonna be those in Azur Lane, in your like in Nikkei, in Blue Archive, but I guess they already hate all of those by calling it Gooner games or whatever. It's not. This is such a nothing burger that idiots are getting so worked over, so like worked over, like over. It's so tiring, and it's again. I'm not even a Zentreya fan. Do I think the outfit looks good? Yeah, I guess it looks good. And like I would love to see some of my Oshis in similar outfits, I guess with different styling, but in a similar vein. And the fact that people are just like blowing their tops over something that is so absolutely nothing and so common in like weeb and anime circles, it is just like there's too many overly sensitive, like there's too many hood weebs. Is that a little bit insensitive for me to say? Maybe, but it's just there's too many like I guess the hoodweeb stereotype of getting offended over everything and saying everything is like, ooh, that's weird. They're like the girl the fictional character's underage and shit like that. Ooh, this fictional character reminds me too much of real life political figure, but it's just. There's too much of that. There's too much of that. Are we really restricting our creative freedom by being scared of a villainous outfit? This is such a like whatever. It's not related to this stream. It's not related. Yeah, it looks like something from Valkyria Chronicles. It's not a very serious rep of the SS uniform. Yeah, like like the way people are talking about yes, Foxtrot. The way people are talking about it, it looks like she looks like is she Ilsa? Is she Wolf of the SS? No, she's not. No, she's not. Like this is like vaguely like vaguely villainous dominatrix thing going on. It's not people like wasn't like Nazi cheek and like Nazi elements and like a big thing in like leather subculture and like LGBT stuff, like in clubs like those. Like, why are people getting so worked up over it now? Like how like despite our society, despite society becoming far and far less Puritan, we are still acting more and more Puritan regarding just aesthetic elements. That it's so tiring. To be entirely fair to the tourist, BA needs to be mocked more. Uh, Like, do I am I a Blue Archive fan? No, I like some of the girls from it. I but like
HBO Max is available
oh
for
son of a
you.
bitch. Uh, s- I hold the thank you is a skippable ad. But yeah, this is it's like the Blue Arc when it comes to Blue Archive. I get it's not my thing. I'm not the Connie. I'm not the I'm not into that. I'm not into that. I like my women old with gigantic tits. That's I guess that's a recurring thing with me. I like my women older with of varying skin tones with gigantic tits and massive asses. I like to objectify women diversely, which I guess is why I like Asuna and Karin from Blue Archive. But you know, like again, it's not my thing, but I get why people like it, and I'm not gonna like I haven't I don't have issues yeah, are they a little bit annoying? Yeah, but it's not. I've never seen Blue Archive be like this. I've never seen. They're not toxic. They're not toxic like a lot like MiHoYo games and shit like that are in my opinion the hallmark of toxicity for gotcha game communities. But yeah. I think I sent you the image a while back. You might have. I'm not sure. Felix likes to be an object to fill a mess. Maybe a little bit. Anyone who complains about Nazi outfits is usually wearing Calvin Klein, Puma, or Adidas, or drives a Volkswagen. They have no brain cells. Felix will ignore the tourists. Yeah, they're like the fact that literal like vehicles literally designed by Nazis have become hippie commie symbols or like hippie flower power symbols is like they don't like you really they really don't think about that or whatever. Also, you should look at Fenomeno Uma Musume. Equal opportunity gooner. Yeah, as like I will objectify women equally. I will my male gaze has no bounds. It is not bound by race or color. I will male gaze it. I will sexualize it. Okay, that's too much. That's enough for that. Anyways, to address the other elephant in the room. Recently, I was okay. Okay, I remember getting in an argument in another server right before we start. I remember getting in an argument with another in it with someone in another server over like why the Fallout Chow was bad. And admittedly, I'm a bit of a Kretosis dick rider. Like here, he's like would I consider him one of my Oshis? Not necessarily. Like again, fellow male on stream. But most of the stuff I know him from are these like very long rants about very long-winded rants about Fallout, about Bethesda, and things like that. His criticisms of Fallout 3 and 4 and 76. Yeah, we're probably gonna take a look at this later because yeah, a lot of these are in my watch laters. I haven't seen all of this admittedly. Most of his criticisms are sound. I have my he's a bit of a hater. He's a bit of an asshole. Gonna be like being like upfront about it. He's kind of like the VTuber version of Critical Drinker, a little bit on that side or oh no, not a Critical Drinker, Mauler. He's really like the VTuber version of Mahler, in that he does very long-winded rants, although it's more about games than it is about movies. And is he wrong sometimes? Yes, I will defend the existence of Fallout 3. I do think it I think it has to be respected in order for Fallout New Vegas to be respected, simply because of how revolutionary it was at the time. But I think most of his criticisms of Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 are relatively sound. Again, like I am like I am in his comment sections a lot on Twitter, like talking with people over the things like that. And but going back to this, one of the criticisms someone had for me regarding my criticism of Fallout Season 1. By the way, I basically watched all of Fallout Season 1 through his VODs. His yeah, react like the where is it? Ironically, he plays Fallout 76 a lot. But yeah, the fall the this. I did watch the Fallout TV show through him. Like, would I call it piracy? I guess I guess for legal reasons I shouldn't endorse piracy, but like his reactions gave me a relatively first-hand look at what this looked like, at the aesthetics of the show, things that are going on. Yeah, the are these the exact length of the episodes? I'm not sure, but from what I can tell, these episodes are mostly intact, and most of the key elements have so in a way I have watched this, just not sitting down without something to relieve myself to, which is their voices calling this out. But I remember getting in an argument with someone else on another server, on one of the servers that I talk, one of the Discord servers that I'm on, over, oh, you haven't seen the Fallout TV show. You're not in realms to criticize it, and some people from that server might be watching me. To which I say, even if I hadn't seen this, the reactions, and these criticized versions of the TV show, if I haven't, even if I didn't see them, if I was willing to see a clip from Twitter about what it was all about, I would not be interested, because it's about the quality of the media that you consume. Don't just consume I'm a big consumer. I consume a lot. I like watching movies, playing games, watching TV shows, and all that. But you have to be conscious of the stuff that you watch. Is it worth your time? This is not admittedly, I guess it was worth my time enough for me to listen to them screech about it for how many hours this took. But I guess it's just if something, even if it's something that you care about, if it is something that you are uncomfortable with, or turned off by, or just something that you do not vibe with, you don't have to watch it, and you're free to criticize it. Have I made some of this mistakes before? I guess regarding the boys. That I remember the boy my criticism of the boys, which from my recollection is the same screenwriting team besides the behind the Fallout TV show, got me some flack from people because you didn't see the show. You didn't see the show. You're just criticizing its cultural footprint, which I think its cultural footprint is fucking awful. But having seen this with and seeing all the other stuff that Amazon is involved in, like I'm a big James Bond fan, and this, and how they're handling this element, how they're handling Fallout, how they're handling shows like that is not it is not a good sign for things to come. Ooh, they're gonna make it woke. Yeah, but you're gonna say they made it woke. Yeah, well, I don't know how else to put it, but it is. It's gonna be. I don't know what to tell you. Besides, that's exactly what it is. And let's just get this over with. But yeah, you do not have to watch this, and it's well, you do not have to watch a single episode of a show to criticize it because it's your right, it's your free speech. Anyways, let's
Common story around here. Someone you care about or someone you hate?
Oh, what a great question. What say you, Mr.
it's I feel like if we didn't like okay, to be entirely honest, if we didn't know, if we genuinely did not know how bad the first season was, and I guess my issues with both Lucy's character and Cooper Howard's character, this wouldn't be that bad. This like I feel like
Why would my dad go to Las Vegas?
it's oh, she's got a Ruger AC 556, the rifle.
I know why the world ended. It started here.
And having been to Clark County myself, I do think it is like I love my home state. I love my home state of Florida. Nevada, like maybe because it's different. I guess yeah. Saying something positive for once. Nevada is genuinely one of the most. Would I call it entirely beautiful? Well, I would say yeah. I would have to because the desert. As someone from a place with a lot of flat like grasslands and forests and like swamps, who is mostly used to like swamps and forests and fields, the barrenness and like how alien the desert is, there is something alluring, like undeniably alluring about it. That I guess even with my hate for the show, the cinematography doesn't look that bad. But you can't really mess up an establishing shot in the desert because it does look good. Yo yo yo. Bro wants to be objectified by the women, I think. Um, hold on. Oh, has chat been? Oh shit, chat has been broken. The good thing I mean, chat has been broken a little bit. There we go. Yo yo yo. Felix is so buttered about the fail out show. Yeah, it's the fail out show. And I remember this is the maybe it's because of my maybe it was because of my dread. I used this for the thumbnail. I used this for the thumbnail. What I didn't notice was like I feel like with the in this shot here, the one that I used for this thumbnail, the like most of Outer Vegas looks like completely destroyed with no like yeah, of course it is. It was hit by nukes, whatever. But most of Outer Vegas in game is pretty intact. Yes, most of it is populated by fiends. Most of it is populated by fiends, but like like South and Central, and I think in North Vegas Square and North Vegas Square, and there's the other element. There's the other West Vegas, West Side, Free Side and West Side are like they're still populated. There's still life in them, and I felt like it didn't reflect that as much because we can only see the strip, and like to its credit, like I guess there are signs of life shown. Like it didn't look to be as completely destroyed, but it shouldn't look this destroyed. There should be stuff like NCR patrols or settlers or like NCR settlers moving in.
Cooper Howard, star of the silver screen. Like yourself, I am the very best. But what I
Ah boy, they included Victor. How they're gonna play with it, I am not. I don't entirely have high hopes, but you know, this is the teaser, so we're. This is just the This is just like a first look. I feel like, to be entirely honest, if you were if you were a complete layman, like who was a Fallout fan but didn't know anything about the show, this wouldn't look so bad. And I feel like one of my big complaints about season one was that a lot of the good production design was wasted on a bad show.
is I know everything.
Oh, they recast Mr. House because I think they wanted someone. I think they wanted someone else. They wanted someone else for House. After they got a different guy in season one. Oh no, it's this element again. See, again, I wouldn't be complaining about it. So I wouldn't be complaining about like because I think that like the I think it was called either the Caswenen or this is supposed to be the Pridwin from Fallout 4, which doesn't make any sense really. And the vertebrates, they don't look bad on their own. And it's just the associations that I have with the first season that
I know there's a war coming.
it's just the associations that you have with the first season that bring senses of dread rather than interest.
The bombs will only be the beginning.
Uh, oh, they're at um why am I forgetting? I know it's Dinky. Well, there this brief look at the Legion again. Not a good sign. Both like I remember one of my criticisms that that I spoke about on Twitter. That's apparently Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, the guy like the kid from Home Alone has grown up in a fucking Fallout show. There's rumors that this is actually that he's playing Vulpes because Caesar and because there's no sign of Lanius. He's wearing he's wearing a Legate's armor. There's no sign of Lanius, and Caesar is obviously long dead by this point. Why the lead and what's obvious from here is that the Legion isn't following the Caesar unless this is some kind of flashback. The Legion isn't directly following in what Caesar intended for them. Oh, there's oh, that's an AKM. That's a full. I think that's either an AKM or a like, or I guess appropriately a Chinese polytech. Sorry, gun nerd moment. That's a Chinese. That might be like either a Russian AKM or a Chinese polytech AK. It would make sense for it to be a polytech AK-47, like a Norinco Type 56, because the Chinese assault rifle was in Fallout 3. And I think oh, that's an MP40. That's an interesting choice. Again, I feel like a lot of the gun choices were weird in the first season. I hated the look of the Fallout 4 10 millimeter, but as a gun nerd, speaking only as a gun nerd, it wasn't that bad. It's just that I feel like a lot of it comes from the fact that it's so poorly written and managed by Bethesda. I like in my versions of the Legion, I did have them use like salvaged MP40s and AKs because those appeared in other games. Those appeared in Fallout 3, Fallout Tactics. The MP40 was in Fallout Tactics. The the AK-47 or AKM in that form was in Fallout Tactics as well. So on in even Fallout 1 and 2 had the had like their version of the AK-12 or the AK-112. But it wouldn't like the production design isn't inherently bad. It's just that you have this sense of dread knowing that they're going to butcher it eventually. And you have again superficially it doesn't that's the worst part about it. It doesn't look that bad. But noticing again, okay, going back to the Legion in general, obviously the Legion hasn't won fully or they've won, but not in the way Caesar intended because he intended to integrate he intended to conquer the NCR and integrate the Legion into it. Reorganize both by his own design in what he would believe to be a tool to reshape the wasteland. What's obvious the Legion was always supposed to be in a transitionary state. He used Rome as an example. He didn't really intend to rebuild Rome. So the fact that the Legion is still around in this state is, I guess, a choice. And the fact that the Legion is still around, but the NCR isn't, well, we know what happened to the NCR in the first season. They were literally nuked out of existence by Bethesda. By Bethesda's stupid, retarded writing. And hold on, it's getting near sunset, so I gotta turn on a light. Hold on, let me read chat. Felix hates the dark gun and calls it a fart gun. I did. The Fallout 3 dark gun isn't my choice. Um, fell off. Tactics was it was a Kalashnikov. You could select the weapon and read its description in your inventory. Coward doesn't know bareness until he's hit the Arctic. Yeah, I forgot that you live in the Yukon, in the frozen tundra where only Scorpion 7 biolabs and zombies exist. Few people will get that reference. But yeah, again, it's not like production design wise, it wouldn't be that bad. And it shows there's some level of standard. I just realized this. I think is that That's no, that's not. That's a I think that's a vet. I think yeah, no, this is a recruit legionary. He's wearing fucking. That's like that's that's fucking pit vipers. That's fucking pit vipers and fucking like because these are supposed to be welding goggles or like I don't think they're supposed to be sunglasses. No, that's not a vet. That's a Praetorian. That's a Praetorian one of Caesar's Praetorian guards and he's wearing pit vipers. I guess that's their interpretation of the authority glasses which are supposed to be aviators. Um Bro is wearing fucking Hold on, what gun is that? Is that? Oh, that's a. Oh, ew. That's the Fallout 4 pipe gun. I was just raving about how like I love the MP40. I love I love the AK. And then here's like a guy with the fucking Fallout 4 pipe gun. This guy is wearing fucking Ray-Bans and is under his no under his legionary helmet he's wearing a fucking the full length the goon balaclava that Metal Gear soldiers wear. Do I remember? No, I think it was facial wraps in New Vegas. They were wearing facial wraps. It's not out of the question that they could be wearing balaclavas or whatever, but I don't know. Like I guess there's some element of standardization. It's again if you knew nothing about how the first season went, this wouldn't be entirely bad. But they're like knowing that they exist and that the NCR doesn't is a problem because like while I give the Legion more credit than most for like for its existence, like I guess like looking at a nuanced view, there is no way it survives longer than the NCR, even under the extreme conditions. Like the extreme, we reset it at like we rebuilt we were rebuilding civilization, but Bethesda reset it conditions of the TV show. Um, this is no, yeah, that's right. This is Novak, and that doesn't look familiar because the motel is supposed to be directly behind it, not to the side of it, directly behind it. No, but yeah, there's Dinky the Diner Delight Motel. That's it's coming back to me now. Yeah, this is Novak. That's supposed to be
My concern is that you would do just about anything to save your family.
and whatever.
I think you are actually quite a violent man. You just don't want to kill me yet.
what they're gonna this level of dialogue just like it's okay. This is where I have genuine criticisms. Like besides, ooh, this is gonna be like the first season. It's I don't I don't think House would just like outline it so like uneloquently like that. Ooh, you're actually violent. You just don't want to kill me yet. I don't think that would be something that he would entirely say. Given like if anything, House has an issue with trusting too many people, despite being extremely paranoid. He is well too trusting of a lot of the people under his employ. Like that's how Benny got to power. That's how Benny got his power because House trusted him too much. That's how Gamora and the White Gloves were able to operate without oversight because he's too trusting or I guess too careless to actually consider that the people that the people are plotting against him, and that leads to his downfall at during the Yes Man endings. He wouldn't. I don't think he would be doing this. If anything, yeah, he is entirely too trusting of the people around him, and that is besides like all of other like House's other other serious character flaws. Just like people will know that House is my Oshi. Like I've made fucking edits of this guy. Well, but how like it's easy to spot out that he has like both like moral flaws and logical flaws in a lot of his plans. Despite this, I do believe he is the best equipped to rebuild New Vegas, which if he has survived, but Vegas is obviously in disarray by the time of the TV show, it means that there's like they have either heavily misinterpreted his character, which given how they butchered how they butchered Sinclair. What's his name from Dead Money? The guy like I played his DLC. I'm trying to remember his name. Sinclair. I'm trying to remember his first name. How they just extremely butchered Sinclair's character in the first season. If like they're like this is they're probably gonna like do the same with House and make him this like big representation of capitalism bad or whatever. And for as many criticisms as a show can have of fucking Amazon of all people, I guess the character I guess the irony is besides like the obvious Howard Hughes reference is that they're probably gonna model him like after Elon Musk so as to say Jeff Bezos's like ego that House isn't modeled after him or something. Lannius can enforce obedience around him, but he cannot maintain it in the Legion. It would 100% fall, but I think the NCR was on the edge of dying, so they'd go faster. A nice NCR cosplay. Played enough New Vegas to hate this show now. Yeah, I think this show is what the Starship Troopers movie was to the book. Here's the thing, Clanker. As heavily as bad as the has like I have read the book Starship Troopers. It's on my desk. I have not seen the movie, but despite everything, despite being like a complete misinterpretation of the book, it is like and despite like Paul Verhoeven being a massive asshole, Starship Troopers isn't a bad movie if you take it at face value. If you take it as at face value as an as a military themed action sci-fi action comedy that tries to be with vaguely political elements. It's not bad. It's not inherently bad. It's watchable. I would watch it. I want to watch Starship Troopers, but the thing is it would if this show is watchable, I would be watching it. And what's sad about the TV about it is an inverse of Starship Troopers in that way, where both of them are a complete misinterpretation of the source material. But Starship Troopers was good despite having having the production design be extremely different from the book. This one has production design that is actually really close to the games, but the script and the writing is so awful and on its own and so extremely different that you have to be aware of the differences between the games and the show to know the difference. And I think that's why normies who haven't actually cared about Fallout before Bethesda bought it, or the serious elements of the games, such as the interplay, one of the biggest sins of season one, lore wise, is that they forgot the fucking master existed, the literal key villain of the inventor of the super mutants. Well, I guess there aren't any super mutants in season one either, but they forgot the literal most important one of the most important villains in the entire series. They forgot his existence entirely because all of the vaults in the Vault 31, 32, 33 network where Lucy comes from would have been the first hit by the Master's army, by the Unity and the Church of the Children of the Cathedral, because that is exactly what they're looking for. That is what they're looking for non ghouls, non people with mutations that prevent them that act as an FEV immunity. They need vault dwellers and radiation free people that they can convert into super mutants. The vault, I think, was it 12? Oh, was it 4? The one with the fucking the Vor pregnancy rape shit that I don't want that image in my mind anymore. But they somehow thought it would be a good idea to put it in the first season. Like that would have been also the first hit by the master, and that would have been like a treasure trove for him because that would have furthered his like experiments with FEV and mutations and like forced breeding and all that. That is something that he would have immediately investigated, and they forgot he existed. They moved Shady Sands into the middle of the boneyard. They only call it LA. They never call it the boneyard. It's called the boneyard. That's what they call it. It's called Angel's Boneyard. But they for like the most powerful city in the NCR besides Shady Sands and the hub. But they just like they forgot that existed. Do you remember the NCR Ranger Chief in New Vegas? One side character with so much depth, I spent days of thinking of what decision I was going to make. At its best, the game feels like Dostoevsky. I haven't like unfortunately I'm not like I haven't invested in my intellectuality enough to have read Dostoevsky, but yeah, yeah, Chief Hanlon was like a very good, excellent character, just a genuinely excellent character that makes you think a lot. Because in the end, I do think in the end, I do think he was a traitor to the NCR. I do think what he was doing by his silent acts of anti-war. The trouble is that they're putting NCR soldiers at risk. And as much as I agree with him that the NCR should not be there and should and I guess well I like I think House should have won in New Vegas. I am a House defender. I think New Vegas and like the area around it belongs to him. And for that reason, and to prevent the NCRs from being so overstretched that it is like eating itself thin, for its sake, which Hanlon agrees with which Hanlon knows. But as much as I hate it, Hanlon is putting NCR troops, common soldiers, at risk by fumbling with the communications and screwing them up that way. And in that way, I do think he did betray the NCR in that way, and ultimately his suicide. Yeah, I guess I'm allowed to say that word. I guess we're that far in. His suicide would galvanize and his statement against the war would galvanize the NCR more than he would be screwing up communications and fumbling orders and all that. Um Bro speaking books to men who watch NASCAR and skibbity toilet edits. Yeah, we know you support the wrong side. Shut up. Starship Troopers movie was made as an intentional misinterpretation, but yeah, again, it's like that with how the script of season one was. Again, yeah, yes, admittedly, I'm criticizing season two on the basis of season one, but it's something that I have to point out. The irony of the literal biggest corpo in the world making a movie, making a TV show, a dumbed down TV show about how capitalism bad is the irony is not lost on me. But I know that's what they're gonna do with House. And 90% of the time, they're not going to criticize him for his own character. They want to tie, and that's the thing. They want the issues with a lot of TV shows and movies now. They want to tie factions and characters to specific kinds of symbology and ideology and political ideals that while it can be you should not be using. uh do I think fiction is an excellent realm to explore the ideas the ideologies and politics and ideas such as those? Yes, but you should not be using fiction unless it's you should not be referencing fiction in order to criticize real political events or real, I guess in that way, which is you should not be using that to portray real as ooh, the X is supposed to be this political figure, Y is supposed to be this activist, Z is supposed to be this millionaire. What it's not like while I think references to them can be fun, it should not be the crux of the story. And the way that this is shaping up, the Legion is going to be like this some like what like there are like you can credit like none like while the while Sawyer and Avalon and the other writers of New Vegas and and trying to remember his name, the guy who wrote Fallout 2, no, Fallout 1, what's his name, I'm trying to remember his name, hold on. Chris, besides Chris Avalon, um um yeah, Tim Kaine, yeah, there we go. Tim Kaine. While like there are differing political beliefs among all of them, they agree that like Fallout should be primarily about human nature. That like if there is any solid political ideal to come out of Fallout, it should be about human nature as a whole, and not about specific ideologies within like connected to our world. But you can obviously see that like they're trying to use House as a character and Vault Tech as a caricature for, oh, this is how America is, this is how capitalism is. They're going to use the Legion for this is how the right wing is, this is how traditionalists are, even when it's anything but traditional. This is how like X political movement is. This is how they're gonna turn Volpes and Colta into like a caricature of Andrew Tate or something. And it's like, and like while yes, sometimes these people need criticism, do not use fiction. Do not use an escape to criticize real things. Do not hijack an escape, one's escape to force yeah, you can put your political ideals into something, but you should not be you should not be it shouldn't be the it's like I'm tired of that, man. I'm tired of this stuff, man. Stuff like, you know, whatever. Oh, the what? Yeah, Irish. How do you eat kiwis? Do you eat the skin or just the inside? I remember if you manage to kill Caesar before speaking to Hardin, you can actually Hanlon. You can actually prevent him from offing himself. I felt bad for him. I had told my first lie in the game to save his ass with a silent promise I'd make the NCR win just to prove him wrong. You do take the peel off on kiwis. If the writers had any If the writers had any balls, the first thing we would see from the Legion would be hardcore sex between Volpes and the other legionaries. I have friends who like fucking cosplay, like online friends at least, who cosplay like legionaries. Like you'll be aware I follow Faust or Toffee32 on Twitter, and who's like this big like Yume Joshi, where like she fantasizes about being Volpe's wife, and like out of respect for her and her work, I've basically headcanon, yeah, he has a fucking like secret wife or whatever. But yeah, something I didn't like, something that's easy to notice is that while like they keep a lot of like primarily female slaves, like especially as sex slaves, there are no harems. There are no harems in the Legion, in the Legion's original incarnation. I think Lanius is the only legionary that is confirmed to have to partake in like sexual activity. This like is the only like legionary officer. To my recollection, Caesar is celibate. Caesar doesn't Caesar never had a wife, a romantic interest. He doesn't have a harem. He was and more specifically, I guess the interesting part about the Legion is that Caesar does not view genetic lineage as a priority. He like puts it last because he's willing to he never shows interest in a woman. I wouldn't call him gay or whatever because because of how like strictly homosexuality is punished in the Legion, but like he feels almost monk like in his like in single handed in his drive for like his like any natural like his obsession over perfection over like political and ideological perfection has ultimately in the end trumped any carnal desire that he had. And like despite him clinging to like some elements of his personality from the NCR, like he talks using slang. He says "fuck you" and a lot. Like he doesn't say things that his legionaries would. He like talks like a normal person from time to time. He's like he is all like I said, he's almost monk like in his drive. There is no passion or desire. His only loyalty is to the Legion and not of any of the flesh, which I think is really interesting for a character like his, because normally characters will like his like if they're a warlord or a dictator that would have big harems, they would have a wife, they would be like an emperor needs a prince or a princess to continue his lineage, they need a queen, they need an empress. Not so for Caesar. He is only looking for an heir, like an heir amongst his men that can suitably replace him, and in absence of that he looks to the courier, because he has not found success in training his men to become like him. And like again, the fact that I'm speaking about this element of a character proves that it isn't all just like, ooh, they're all barbarians. Well, they are barbarians, but there's complexity behind that. There's complexity behind Caesar, behind the NCR, behind the Brotherhood of Steel, behind the Enclave. Like there should be. And again, mentioning the Enclave, one of the few things I genuinely appreciate Bethesda for is that they added complexity to the Enclave. That is like, story wise, is why I defend Fallout 3 and Autumn, because they presented an ideal of the Enclave that isn't just this big parody of the US military or of like US imperialism. They actually like there's an actual like there are reasons why people would want the Enclave back, and the Enclave follows logical goals, which as we like which even Bethesda like has abandoned their only good like writing like their only good writing accomplishment by Fallout 76 and this, because it doesn't, because the Enclave's inclusion in Fallout Season 1 literally doesn't make sense. It's like if they like, oh, why is there only outpost is why is there only outpost in California, a science lab, and not like a fortress or a forward operating base? Because they were wiped out by the NCR and the Brotherhood of Steel. Why do they have the luxury to invest in like scientists torturing puppies? Literally torturing puppies. That is their canon reason for like that is their canon reason for working in the lab, is literally torturing and incinerating puppies. You the fact that I'm like, okay, go like the fact that I'm like talking about the complexities, because the Caesar, fun fact, Caesar was directly based off of if you've seen Apocalypse Now, he's based off of Colonel Kurtz, which is based off a similar character in Heart of Darkness. The lead, like if you can look past the Roman motifs and like the barbarian elements, Caesar, the Caesar, or like, ooh, they're calling it fascist or whatever. Caesar's Legion is a big reference to Apocalypse Now, and Heart of Darkness, and then and like how the natives and the tribes can unite under an alien outsider that knows too much, and how he can become drunk with power. It's an exploration and big reference to that. And the fact that I'm like, there's a disparity between talking about fucking Heart of Darkness and the Bethesda's shitty inclusions of scientists that are burning puppies alive because they can, and having that be a plot point is just, it's such, you can see why I'm mad about this. Why I'm mad about this. Well, the Enclave wasn't supposed to survive and pass the second game. Caesar was based off that guy from ancient Rome. Can't remember his name right now. The legions are barbarians, but that's kind of the point. Like you said, they only were ever meant to be a hammer, an antithesis to smash the NCR into a better synthesis. Yeah, the legion was functionally a weapon, And like at the end of the day, Caesar, while like as heavily misguided and deluded he was, his plans were to abolish both the NCR and the Legion, and to like yeah to form it in his idea of synthesis. What his idea of synthesis is, like isn't completely explained. I think he was because what I like to say is that the Legion is a continual work in progress. Caesar never attempted to establish a true empire. He is, I guess, like in the way that his army and his slaves are a means to an end rather than being the point. He rather than being a point, and I guess that's what he's looking for in the courier to understand his mission, because no one else in the Legion, not Lanius, not Vulpes, not Lucius or his guards or his guards that he's like trying to train into his image are can see that, but he needs an outsider to take his place because no one raised within the Legion can understand that. Not even if he raised a child himself in the Legion, or like would he be able to see a successor, which is why he turns to the courier. Like, the Enclave wasn't supposed to survive past the second game. I think the inclusion of the Enclave in Fallout 3 was one of the best decisions Bethesda made. It's just such a shame that like they've fallen this far regarding them. I love Colonel Autumn's character, and I think if they elaborated on it a bit more, they would have something serious. This like evil military bad guy general like suddenly realized he's a very reasonable man who was appalled at the thought of genociding his like what he sees as his own people that he is trying to reestablish order to, which is why again a key plot point is why Eden turns to the lone wanderer, because it knows that Autumn has too much of a conscience to do that to his people. The Legion was Caesar's world building project IRL, yes. Yeah, it's like it was like why I describe it that way. Like a lot of the Legion's flaws was literally that in universe was a continual work in progress. Caesar was working out the kinks as he went because this was his first time doing anything. Yeah, he did have Joshua Graham by his side for a while, but even then, they were still figuring things out. Like, and he like his by the events of New Vegas, like Caesar's plans aren't finished because he doesn't have like a complete roadmap of what they're supposed to be, and the fact that roadmap dies with him, but the Legion somehow survives is ridiculous. Do I think the Legion is more resilient than we give it credit for? Yes, because a carrot because like while he does look to the courier more, I do think under a good external writer, someone like Volpes or someone or Lanius, if he had learned to become smarter, could effectively lead the Legion, not in Caesar's image, but as a continuation of what its nominal intent was. Um, no, they could be more complex, but BlackRock couldn't make the game they wanted. Feel Fallout New Vegas fans made up a fight a long time ago and haven't got over it ever since. What fight? Is that what is he shooting there? Like gun nerd moment. What is he shooting there? Is that the 10 mil? No, it's just like some kind of whatever. To be entirely honest, to to be like even more so than we see in the games, I'm gonna give credit because this does look pretty good. Actually, does it? I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it's visually striking, but hmm, it's a good looking structure. It's a good looking piece of set design, but it doesn't fit with Fallout. Ironically, like I've been talking about Half Life a lot recently. My mind has been on Half Life constantly for like the past few days, but this looks more like that, like something out of like Half Life, like the Combine would build, like with the Citadel. If you remove the Vault Tech logo, like hold on, if you remove the guy in power armor, does this look like Fallout to you guys? It looks like the biology lab building at my university. As like I said, their collapse would be unavoidable, but it would take time as information traveling isn't instantaneous. That's why Caesar minted a coin in the courier's image, but brighter. This, like, if you look at this, would you like if you block out like if you forget that we're talking about Fallout, what does this look like? Like besides like what he said, this looks like this look like this looks like the Combine Citadel from Half-Life 2. That element of brutalist architecture, while like I'm gonna have another controversial opinion that isn't even entirely tied to Fallout. Brutalism isn't inherently bad. In architecture, brutalism is not inherently bad. Are there better architectural styles? Yes. Do I like but I think in certain aesthetics, in certain like geographies, brutalism can be pulled off. I just hate people using it as an excuse to like make buildings ugly on purpose. But there can be ways that brutalist buildings can look beautiful. Not international style. International style is a bit like it's cringe, but brutalism can work. That's not Fallout. Yeah, looks like Minority Report. Yeah, this looks like Half Life. This looks like Half Life 2 specifically, or it could even work with Half Life 1. Courier who sides with the Legion is slated to be the heir after the ending. Coins are minted with the profile of its new ruler. Brutalism depends heavily on the context. I agree, but yeah, I like this is where I do have to call out the set design because like at least when it comes like even with Bethesda games like the fault like the interior of like it the interior of the Institute in Fallout 4 looks kind of like if Apple Park was set in the 1950s, which like in the 1950s or 60s or even the 70s, because that like spherical style of design. Hold on, let me pull it up. The Institute. Institute Fallout 4 interior. Like, look at this. Like, it does. It looks like Apple Park. It looks like I said, it looks like Apple Park, or if it was designed in the 1950s. You have all this like biodome structure. It's all, it's all depicted like this. This is what you would imagine. Like, while it does look pretty futuristic, even for modern architecture, it does still fit it looks like um the new Fantastic Four the new MCU Fantastic Four kind of looks like this, which I think is interesting. And like all and despite that, all despite the more advanced setting, all of them like they're still CRT monitors, there's still light pads and everything. It's still visibly retrofuturistic. This this doesn't fit Fall like it's a minor nitpick, but like if this is supposed to be Vault-Tec headquarters, it doesn't fit Fallout. It doesn't fit the interior of vaults that we've seen because we can see they're designed to be they're designed to be different in this way. They're not supposed to look like this, and they're not supposed to have buildings inside of buildings. That's for sure. Like yes, while most of the vaults are just meant to be general shelters, and while they can like be underground cities that house thousands of people, it doesn't look like this. There isn't like this layout is not present in the games. There are like atriums and stuff, but it's never presented in this way. This looks a lot more Half-Life than it does Fallout. And that's where the set design kind of did fail, honestly. If you're blowing up ancient castles to build a concrete box, fuck you. Yeah, I agree. Like awful stuff that like the Chinese and Soviets did. Do not like if you demolish castles and historical buildings to build like shit like this, that's wrong. But if you build this on its own independently, it can be fine. Brutalist buildings look best as ruins being overtaken by nature. I do think brutalist buildings do like should have like some greenery, should have some vegetation with it. But yeah, no, a vault interior looks more akin to a spaceship. Yeah, this does not look like a spaceship. And another thing is that this is heavily implied to be Vault-Tec's headquarters. Um, Admittedly, while we haven't seen Vault-Tec's headquarters, I think, and this is supposed to be Vault-Tec's corporate headquarters. Let me show. There we go. I think that's implying to be Vault Zero, which we've already seen. Like I don't know, like I because I brought up Fallout Tactics. I brought up Fallout Tactics and everything. This, hold on, there we go. This is Vault Zero. This is the real Vault Zero. Which I guess it like the canon elements of Fallout Tactics is in the air, but Fallout 3 directly referenced Fallout Tactics, like semi directly referenced Fallout Tactics. So, like, I take it for up from Fallout 1, like, up to the early Bethesda games, including New Vegas, I would consider Fallout Tactics to be at least partially canon. And this is interesting. Like, the interesting elements is that yeah, because like the Magic the Gathering cards, which were commissioned by Bethesda, references Fallout Tactics, but they're rewriting that too because Vault Zero is a Vault Zero. The Fallout TV show's Vault Zero is this one. This might be Vault One, which might be somewhere else. But it doesn't. But keyword this doesn't like either this is in a separate area from Las Vegas or New Vegas because quite famously trying to remember the name of the vault with the sexy woman where Doc Mitchell came from the one on the strip, that vault was concreted over by House because he didn't have a use for it, and he didn't want people like digging it, using it as an escape route in and out of the strip. That is obviously concreted over, which means he would have sealed all of this in fucking concrete. It's like it's the like if this is in Las Vegas, then we've run into the same issue that the master he caught like why is this here? Again, like the sad part is that this is supposed to be T-51. This is their first look at T-51. Is that not like besides the brutalist architecture and like the weird dialogue? Again, not all of it would be bad on its. That's that. That's not. That's That's not. That's not what T-51 does, man. That's not. Oh, this is supposed to be the Battle of Anchorage. So I guess they're Amazon and Bethesda finally grew the balls to reference the fact that we're fighting China after not mentioning China in all of Fallout Season 1. But yeah, this is supposed to be T-51. Like the power armor in general looks good, but the faceplates are not supposed to swivel up like that. That would not happen. If anything, I feel like ideally like the back of the helmet should be the one that falls off instead of a faceplate because that is the like it's like armor plating on a tank. That is not supposed to be like you are not supposed to put weak spots where like the toughest part like where people are going to be shooting at. So like I don't like the faceplate thing, but like yeah, don't do that. That's like if people knew nothing about Fallout, this would be fine. If you know something about Fallout, even if you're like into like fictional armor and weapons designs, that wouldn't make sense. If I find a castle in the Fallout universe, I'm fortifying that, not knocking it down so I can make a few shit shacks. Well, that's not what he was talking about. He was talking about like real life stuff that the Soviets and the Chinese did because they really knocked down a lot of like old castles, like Russian and Polish castles, and I think even a few German ones to build like Communist Party headquarters and stuff. We see a brown blur with some twink in the bottom right corner. They reference tactics in Fallout 4. Two Brotherhood of Steel members mention a group that went south towards Texas. That is Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. That is not. That is like which is like competing with 76 in the TV show. Well, the TV show is worse, but Fallout BOS is widely considered the worst in the series. Even like with 4 in the mix. Vault 21, yeah, it was Vault 21 Mitchell was from. I think Fallout 4 did an okay job with how power armor would work. Yeah, Fallout 4 did improve power armor. The issue is that they wrote the game around it, which isn't good. It wasn't good. Is that? Oh boy, it's cool. Uh, hold on, is that an M14 or a Ruger? That's a Ruger AT556 with a scope. This is the AT model that. Another thing, honestly, that I haven't that I take issue with, like the way I was pointing out the Ray Bans on the Legionary Soldier earlier. Her Mini 14 has a plastic grip, has a plastic pistol grip, which means, well, the thing is, if you know this about Fallout, they kind of ran out of plastic. I think it was only bioplastic that was being produced during the pre-war because they ran out of plastic. They ran out of oil, so like the plastic part wouldn't really fit. Are there like I wonder because we haven't seen any service rifles. We haven't seen any service rifles from here, and overall, I guess I guess I'm fine with it. Like I guess I'm fine with it. Whatever. It's like part of the show, but I remember like as I showed on screen, I had issues with the depiction of like, ooh, it's all like they really like they. I feel like the boys' writing really did like come into this part. Is Fallout gory? Yes, but it's like it's a game, so you never really imagine it happening to real people. Like it's like the graphics are like across all the games, the graphics are low enough that it can like kill a lot of people in the game and like not be disturbed by like like the gore mechanics. If you put it on screen, it does get a bit like it does admittedly get a bit excessive, but I don't know. It does feel a bit excessive here. That's not like it's like guy falls into a grinder and fall and like turns into like a pile of mush or whatever. Which I to like and what I know in Fallout Season 1 they really wanted to gore it up like a ton like from I think was it Vault 4 um Vault 4 the fucking what is it a lot of the scenes involving Maximus and that one enclave scientist that grinds his foot and like crushes it and whatever, and he dies of blood loss. It's like it's not necessary. And I feel like in times like this, like it, you can really tell that like they went like they made gore excessive, especially in the parts where it wasn't necessary. And that is like part of the production design that I don't like. People might disagree with me on this because Fallout is a very gory game. There's a lot of violence in it. I don't have a problem with that because I like the combat aspects and like the violent stuff of it. But this is a bit too much for my tastes. And like with how heavily they leaned into it in Fallout in season 1, I'm not a fan. Um yeah, if the NCR was really defeated, then every Wastelander would walk around with a salvage service rifle in mouth. Spe- Speaking of the service rifle, let, let me hold on. Nope, that's it. That's incorrect. Hold on. Flip horizontal. That's there we there we go. Oh no, I'm like having some problems um unslinging it. I might as well keep it on me for close encounters. No, this is the wrong orientation. Hold on. There we go. That's my there it is. Might as well talk my because I have that on me. Oh, there's this guy, the chicken fucker, which didn't didn't have a reason to be in that scene. Why are there more of them? Why are there more of them? Look, I get it. Fallout Tactics had multiple Brotherhood of Steel warships, airships, but like what? Why are there multiple of them, and why are they on the West Coast? It's whatever. It's I guess if they like it's like it's like I feel like this would be really funny because of how badly Bethesda simps for the Brotherhood of Steel and forces them to be in everything. It's like seeing the Pridwin crash and burn on the dunes of Clark County, Las Vegas, is like would be satisfying if there weren't like three more of them ready to replace that one. It would be really like I guess it would be like the image would be really funny because it would represent like Bethesda giving up and like finally selling this shit to someone else so they can please like writing quality can improve. Is that oh boy they put the rad roaches and the cazadors in the corporate center, watch them get eaten. And there's his MTS 255 that he just has. Worth noting, this is the outside of Gamora. The strip is dark. There is no one in the strip. There is no one alive in the strip. Maybe it's because of the explosion. Hold on. Yeah, there's no one like there's fighting in the strip. There's no one besides the raiders that they're like whatever op 4 that they're fighting, and there's damage to the Gamora sign. There's no one alive in the strip. So what happened? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. My Okay, worth noting again. Hold on. Oh, there's another. We're gonna see the rad roaches again. That's a rad scorpion. My bad. That's a What is this? Oh, This is You see the issue here? Let me illustrate something for you all. Yeah. There's me jumping on Cretosis and whatever. Hold on. Let me find this. What I did for and put it on screen. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can find it from like it's all the way from literally last year, and I've posted so many images since then because I'm on Twitter too much. Hold on. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. Give me a second. That's from this summer. Um, okay. That's from June, so I gotta keep going. Um, so I gotta keep going a little bit. Where is that? Let me go find it. 2024, so we're getting close. Where is that? Um, it's not picking, it's not loading, it's not loading images from then. Hold on. Let me go find it because because I want to I want to show it off that I did this. Um, is that a packed dirt road in the strip? I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised. They made actually the Brotherhood have had five going by tactics, including the Pridwin. Have we seen any energy weapons at all? No, it's only ballistic and real gun. Only like ballistics weapons and real guns. It's a beautiful gun. Yeah, the I love the service rifle. They sent for the Brotherhood of Steel so hard that they were in Appalachia, yeah. The issue is that Bethesda wants to make their own story, but they're trying to do that by rewriting the parts they don't like of someone else's story. That's a key problem of what it is. Um, hold on. Um, hold on, because this was prior to me starting up a server. Hold on. I might have to dig for it. Give me a second, because I want to show this off. Um, if you can go, hold on. I'm trying to. I really want to find it. I really want to find it because I'm like a pretty proud of what I could do with like limited resources. I can't find the image of like of me cosplaying Pacer from I cosplayed Pacer last year for Halloween and I can't find it. I want to find that photo. Um I want to find that photo. It's one of the few times a Flesh posted. Um I hate that Twitter like something like a problem with Twitter is that it never like it always limits like it limits your results and like even when you know there's stuff that you've posted um even when like when it doesn't remember stuff that you remember you posted even when you're searching up your own profile. um Come on, come on. Oh, come on, where is that? August 20. Oh, there we go. I finally found it. Okay. Here it is. Here it is. Let me go like let me go let me go put there it is. This is what I did for this is what I did for last year. But you can notice, like this is supposed to be one of those guys. These are the kings, and as you can notice, they're all ghouls. They weren't that in the game. They weren't ghouls in the game. I wonder why. And my theory on that was that in the India, you have a heart condition, so we spike your drugs with psycho. Ignoring that psycho is a psychological drug used to shut down natural muscle barriers in your body. I always interpreted psycho and like combat drugs like that to be like angel dust or like PCP, like PCP or angel dust or something like that, because it like turns off inhibitions and like makes soldiers more aggressive. So putting that in you would really like increasing combat effectiveness. Well, in real life, the real like the jet has been used in real life under the name under the names Pervitin, Panzer Chocolat, and Crystal Meth. But you know, but yeah, again, the kings here are ghouls or feral ghouls. Like Pacer, where's Pacer? I'm gonna find um yeah, like as you can see, he is not a ghoul in the game. None of these like and my theory was that the NCR was retreating from New Vegas, which can be the only explanation because we haven't seen anything from where the NCR's military forces were concentrated in the highest. We haven't seen a lick of them, which I feel like is intentional because besides kill literally genociding them in the first season, Bethesda wants us to forget the NCR existed. And it's like obviously they're probably going to have to expand on that, but it's like we haven't seen a lick of them. We've only seen a minor elements of them so far. I know there's the guy in the really bad looking frame like riot gear and the really bad looking power armor, but the fact that we haven't seen like this is supposed to be big reference to New Vegas. We haven't seen the NCR in the region where they were the most military, like where they were fighting a full on counterinsurgency war by the time their nuke went off. Oh, that's a choice. That's a Volkssturmgewehr. That's a Volkssturmgewehr, which yeah, it's like the Volkssturm, the Nazis developed these as like a last ditch like equivalent to the M1 carbine. Also, something of note, that's a hollow point bullet. That's not what these fire, although I guess if they remade the Volkssturmgewehr in the wasteland, they would. But most notably, the Volkssturmgewehr is the radium rifle from I think Far Harbor in Fallout 4, which I guess it's not a bad choice for Fallout because I guess in theory, these could be imported civilian weapons after World War II that were just like brought over after World War II. They just survived this long until the Great War. It's not a bad choice inherently, but the fact that it's like here on the West Coast when it's supposed to be on the East Coast is like, I'm guilty of it because I put it in the West Coast like stuff that I write, but whatever. But again, what's noticeable is that it's a hollow point bullet. It's a hollow point pistol round coming out of a rifle that is shooting that is supposed to be in like not an assault rifle but a semi-automatic rifle. Oh, I just realized that's a rip round. That's a rip hollow point round. I guess I'm like gunsparking again. That's a rip hollow point round, which is only developed like in the early 2000s in real life. Why they decided to feature it for fucking Fallout of all things, I guess it's beyond me. It gets bad at like up. Oh, there's a Deathclaw. Up until like this point, it isn't entirely horrible. It isn't like you like up from here to here. It feels like it would be relatively reasonable as a show like that you would show relatively reasonable. Um, up from here then on, it gets like oh they're back to their stupid stuff again. Oh, there's the Death Claw. Oh, look, there's the Death Claw.
I defer to you about what to do in this situation.
I hate that she talks like this, man. It's like it's so like even for sheltered vault dwellers, it's so uncharacteristic of what they would actually do. Oh no. That's how you know how bad it's got. That's a Death Claw on the strip. That's a Death Claw on the strip. They are inside of the strip right now. Which means that this is the Fallout Dust ending. This is the if you've played Fallout Dust? Hold on, let me check chat. Let me check chat. They did the king so dirty. Jet is actually Jenkum. TCP is most likely what Psycho is. Yeah, who nuked Freeside? Yeah, I'm thinking that the implication is that the NCR nuked Freeside to prevent the Legion from advancing into Las Vegas, into New Vegas, which is why the Kings are ghouls. Which this is literally something that happens in Fallout Dust. If you don't know what Fallout Dust is, let me show it off to you. I remember making a lot of comparisons between Fallout Season 1 and Fallout Dust. Hold on. It's on. I have to use Nexus, but because it's a mod. This is a total conversion mod for New Vegas that turns it into like a survival horror experience, kind of like this mix of like Stalker and Metro. But it's set into like in a bad future where everything goes wrong. The NCR wins, but they like use and I do think a lot of elements from Dust are interesting, but in no way do I think should it be canon. That's the thing. This is supposed to be an alternate history of Fallout New Vegas. This is not meant to be the final stage of this is not meant to be the final stage of the actual series. This is an interesting mod. This is like Delta Particles for Half-Life 1. This should not actually be canon, but there are so many elements from Dust that made it into the TV show that it feels like it's it's coincidental because Dust is unironically better written. It's edgy. It's like it's edgy. It's like ooh we're like dark, gritty, and we're like punk and all that stuff. That a lot of that doesn't make it into the TV show, but the thing is that Dust, for how edgy and like edgy and bloody it is, it's better written than the TV show because it. See the difference here. The difference between like Dust and the TV show are present this like terrifying alternate history where Fallout becomes worse, where the people like despite Fallout being post apocalypse, they stop rebuilding and it all goes wrong at some point. More nukes are dropped and whatever. There's like there's the cloud from Dead Money that has descended on the wasteland. But the thing is, there's nuance and genuine interest in Dust, where the deterioration of the society of a society of multiple actually that despite being barbarians they were attempting to build something like delete like as wrong as Caesar was, he's attempting to do something. The NCR was definitely doing something, but they reduced it to nothing. But they gave a unique reason for that. There was a concrete reason for why this happens, where this is presented as something very dark. You'll notice the key difference between Dust and the TV show. There is little to no humor in Dust. This is known for being like the dark and gritty, like if you're aware of the Half-Life 1 beta or the Half-Life 1 alpha series, the one that got canned because of the German hack, the German leak. This is like that, but for New Vegas. New Vegas is already dark enough on its own, but yeah, it's like, and ironically, Bethesda was good at arguably New Vegas wasn't as dark or harsh as Fallout 3 was, even if it does have a lot more serious writing. Um, but it's so sad because the parts that Bethesda succeeded at, writing desolate landscapes and a genuine senses of dread and like horror, have gone. It's gone. They've abandoned it for this, because okay, the thing is, let's just watch the end of this, and we're gonna cover the other trailers as well. Okay. Okay, season 2 official trailer. Before we get into this, I guess a little bit of a rant. Little bit of a rant because I feel like post 4, even 4 tried to be serious, but post 4 this, and especially Amazon, because you see this treatment from this wouldn't be happening without Bethesda, but you can really see Amazon's influence here in that they treat it as a satire of a theme park. There is no they treat it as a satire of a theme park. They do not regard it as its own independent entity. They just see post-apocalyptic, Mad Max reference plus 1950s, and they think, yeah, we that's like that and that's what we can play with. That's our thing now. But it was never about that. Like I said, like I said about ideologies and politics and pushing it in media, and it from being should it be too preachy, should it not be preachy? This feels like a satire of a theme park. They treat Fallout as a theme park, and they don't consider the repercussions they don't consider the immersiveness and the immersive nature of the series. They only see caricature. They only see satire. They only see allegory. And when Fallout was never a satire, Fallout was never an allegory. It is not it is not supposed to be cartoon everything. This is and the difference between this and Dust, despite both storylines having so many similar elements, is that Dust embraces how serious, how utterly serious New Vegas is. How I'm not New Vegas, but Fallout as a whole is. If you've played the Interplay games, you're aware this is not how this is not how Vault Dwellers speak, because you play a Vault Dweller in each one anyway. This is not how Vault Dwellers speak. This is not how the Wasteland reacts. This is there is deathly everything you do is deathly serious, and there are repercussions. These are real people. You cannot throw them away. And the Fallout TV show treating this as if it's some kind of unhappy, it's some kind of psychedelic funny dream, does not fit the series at all. It somehow manages to capture the visuals while completely ignoring the intent, and that is an unfortunate reality of many adaptations of source material nowadays. Do not associate good writing, Stalker Metro, with Dust. Fallout Dust, the Dust is cool dust. See, the thing is, Foxtrot. Dust is cool. Yeah, Dust is edgy, it's bullshit, whatever. It is infinitely better written like it's like it's uber edgy, like you can cut yourself because it's like, but for all of its stupid edginess, there is a point to it. There is no such point in this in the Fallout TV show. That is not existent here. As much as like as poorly written as Dust is, this has a point. This does not. And mid-tier fan fiction mogging Hollywood production. Yeah, this is like literally an like an edgy fanfic, and it is somehow better written than an official like Amazon produced TV show. It is like because the difference here is that there is sincerity. Dust as edgy and like as edgy and like pointless and like forced like forked grittiness and like what like and like how forced like all the evil stuff is in Dust. There is sincerity here, and we're supposed to take the story seriously. That is not the case here. Do not play an ad, I swear.
Things.
Oh my gosh. Uh,
Crazy things.
it's like, oh, it's like seeing, yeah, that is, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna take a picture of this. This is gore of my comfort character. This is what it is. That's literal gore of my comfort characters. Oh, what the?
Supernatural things.
It's like, yeah, it's like, it's obsessed with like, I guess maybe it could be maybe it's a hallmark of Fallout, but I guess that's where I take issue with the show itself and not just like ooh bad Fallout writing. I'm not really into the excessive like creepy crawly gory stuff. Like not into that. I just like the fun part about Fallout is like shooting at those things and killing those things. It's not being up close and being killed by those things. But I guess that's the point. I'm not like is this a mark against the show itself? Not necessarily, because I get why people like it's not out of Fallout's realm to be like that. But personally, on my end, I'm not interested in like that kind of thing. Oh, what the? Oh, what the? Ah, it's like it's just like besides that, it genuinely tries to make you uncomfortable. I get why people are into that, but it's like not for me, man. That's not for me. This stuff like mutate like this stuff, even like regular mutants. Like the only thing I've seen like that compares to this is probably the FEV failed test subject from Fallout 3, which I've had unironic nightmares about, but that's a different story. Ye fair. 2 year a tribal New Vegas was a lot more hopeful, yeah. Maybe Caesar's ideal synthesis would have become a new Roman Republic, a regime that conquered a continent and lasted 300 years. I'm not sure if he wanted, like, if he really wanted it to be based off of Rome, but it's clear that he does love. He like as much as he as extremely different his depiction of Rome is. Like, ironically, I would like politically the NCR is a lot closer to the Roman Empire than the Legion is, but it's clear that like Caesar does love the idea of Rome and the idea of the Roman Empire and all that. 2 year tribal descendant of the Vault Dweller after he kills Overseer. Yeah, yeah, fair. Maybe all the good writers nowadays are self-publishing online, leaving the talentless rank and file to the corpos. I can like, it's bad when even from screenwriters that I love. Like you'll know that I'm a big Tom Cruise fan and Chris McQuarrie fan. I had to rewrite some parts of Mission Impossible to make it make sense. And that's a movie I wanted to I wanted to like. Where like even the good writers are having trouble. Like I do not consider myself a particularly good writer. I think like I keep finding flaws in my own writing. Ooh, you say that. But like in the few times that I've tied my writing to like this hobby, such as like I like when I sent like a romance fanfic to Seki Gamma as a joke, even some stuff that I got interested in like writing, it still felt stiff and wrong and like people didn't like it. And if I'm still able to like And I accept that as valid criticism. Hi, Clanker. I know you know what that was. I don't regret it. My only regret is not making it better. That being said, I do like my own writing isn't perfect. Like that much is clear. I don't like I have so many ideas that I want to explore, but I feel like one of my biggest hindrances is my own capabilities of writing. And that combined with like I feel like I'm worried that it's stiff, it's overly like it's cold, it's like I'm not focusing on the right things and all that. But if Hollywood screenwriters are literally worse at this, like I am not a high bar to clear. I should not like some neat idiot like living with his parents should not be writing better stories or like world building at least better than experienced seasoned Hollywood screenwriters brought on by major film corporations and or like game writers or in game studios to write this kind of thing. They should not have trouble with like I should not be like normally like they should not be having trouble with things that I excel at. My king, no. You want nightmares in Fallout 3? Use the flamer on Harold. I just feel bad. Like I feel so bad for Harold though. It's not even a nightmare thing. It's not like even a scary thing. It's just like sad. It's just sad of Harold's demise. Your fanfic was so bad I wrote my own in 15 minutes out of spite. I T-pose in your general direction. Please send it to me, Clanker. Please send it to me. Anyways, I don't like this.
Are good people? No.
That girl I met.
Yeah, the issue is besides me like having problems with there's like too much like creepy stuff like crawly stuff and gore. Like if you looked at it on its own, the production design is fine. I think Ella Purnell is like really pretty really pretty actually. Am I her biggest fan? No, but the vault suit fits good on her. And honestly, like there's places where the production design like misses a spot and it's but like the real tragedy is that there is so much passion put into the production design of the series. Mm, so much effort put into the production design of the series that it's relatively close to what to what the games show. And if it wasn't written so bad, then I would appreciate it.
I would be a good person too if I grew up
Oh, what is
told
this?
you
Oh, they're
comfortable home.
are they taking Jet? Is this like a Jet party where they're like get all addicted to Jet?
And stab and fib all the goddamn time just to get by.
Oh, there's like the obligatory Chud character, her brother. Honestly, like everyone was saying, like the ghoul, like the ghoul was a good character or whatever. Like, ooh, I'm only in it for the ghoul. Like, I don't like the show, but I like the ghoul. Cooper Howard doesn't feel like a good character to me. He just doesn't. I want to like Walton Goggins. He's in a lot of interesting stuff, but I just feel like. I don't like the ghoul because besides so many elements of his character literally breaking the game's logic, literally breaking the game's logic. The thing is with like he feels like someone's edgy OC that they decided to put on top of Walton Goggins. Does he fit entirely in Fallout? Maybe, but he doesn't like he feels so hard that like they're trying to make him the the edgy badass that we make out the courier to be, that we make out like the chosen one from Fallout 2 to be. Like they're trying to make him the edgy ooh he's someone's Sonic OC but like placed on top of a ghoul. He's like nothing personnel, kid. Something like I used my David Hayter voice for that one, but I don't know. It feels like someone's edgy OC that they put in Fallout, which there it is a good realm for edgy OCs, but not in that way. He doesn't feel he doesn't feel connected to the world other than him seeing all these things. There isn't all the they tried to put nuance to his character by making him this conflicted war veteran before the war, but like in his post-war version at like in his post-war version as the Ghoul, he just feels like unnecessarily edgy, and like he's just there to spout one-liners and like kill people in excessively gory ways. The audio of his screams will make you cry, Felix. Chud Treya isn't in your streams. The actor is trying to play a better character than they actually wrote. Yeah, like the issue is always in the writing. Well, that and I feel like one of my odd takes is that ghouls, like despite their ugly appearance, well, which is the point, they're supposed to be like extreme mutants from before, like extreme mutants. They feel like if super mutants are supposed to be the orcs of the Fallout world, ghouls are supposed to be the elves. Unironically, because because of the extreme longevity that most of them are granted, and I feel like the games, like no, a lot of the games don't focus on this as much, which is that a lot of the a lot of their like the fact that the ghouls have so much, like the non-feral ones have so much knowledge within them, that even if they're like appearance wise, despite them being ugly, if a smart enough ghoul were to actually if a smart enough ghoul were to actually attain a position of power, they would be in a pretty good spot, like, and they had the ability to and they had the ability to lead, they would make a pretty big difference because they have all this knowledge left over from the pre-war that isn't recorded. They know, well, they know what the world before, like most of them know what the world before the bombs was like, which is why I think the element of so many ghouls being NCR veteran rangers, and like NCR veteran rangers in the main game and in Lonesome Road is a really interesting element, because they feel like this is like the war, these are the warriors of their prime, like, and like with literal centuries of experience under their belt, which is interesting. But I guess my issue with that, with which like I will have to concede some credit, because they did try to speak this element with Cooper Howard, but like I've seen it done better. I've seen it done better where it feels like less edgy and more just cynical. If like what's his name? I'm trying to remember his name from Nuka Break. The one that where let me find him. Yeah, Ben Eldridge. This to me is an edgy character, is an edgy ghoul character done right, and I really adored his the way he carried himself in as a character throughout the series, and like um for spoiler for Nuka Break, please, like, no, you know what, I'm not going to spoil it. It's an infinitely better show. Like, despite it literally being made on a shoestring budget, it's an infinitely better show than the real Fallout TV show. If you want a good Fallout TV show, please watch Nuka Break. I cannot chill it enough. Nuka Break and Red Star to really get the full character of this guy and related characters. That is that is the best part about it.
Adjustments. So people know that how they conduct themselves matters. They don't give
Oh,
up hope.
okay. Fine, we're seeing the NCR. They made Walmart rule. No, look, okay. Ooh, they made Walmart rule. Okay, the thing is, do not insult this guy. Like, holy shit, Palm Ghoul. What do you mean by, oh? It's not. I wouldn't call it that. Well, only a few people, only Foxtrot and I know who Palm is, but um, yeah, they made this is a better knockoff Raoul. Ben Eldridge, if you want, like, I really like this character. And like I said, because because the way, like, despite the comedy focus of Nuka Break, it really, there's sincerity in the writing, and that's why it captures Fallout so well, while the official TV show doesn't. This character is written as a serious character, not as someone's edgy OC, but as someone with there was genuine spirit behind it, like both like in writing it and in the character. again, I don't want to spoil his character because he's very well written, just like with the other Nuka Break characters. But like something, please watch it on your own. But this is Camp Golf. I'm just realizing this is
How they conduct themselves.
this is supposed to be Camp Golf of this is the 18th green. This is the 18th green of um I haven't seen the golf course in real life, but I drove pretty close. This is not yeah, no, Lake Las Vegas, not Lake Mead, Lake Las Vegas. This is
Give up hope. The stuff we fight for.
and like the trouble here is like it's genuinely sad. Like I guess it's genuinely sad both the way it's intended, which is like, ooh, no one's here. This is an abandoned military camp, and remembering how Bethesda and Amazon treated the NCR in the first season, just like it's supposed to punch you in the gut, but this feels like kicked in the balls, man, because it's so sad what they did to the NCR.
As it used to believe in those things too.
Oh man. Oh, okay. They put the
Used to believe in those.
they put it in the NCR armor. Is that leather? The thing is, like it makes sense for the shoulder pads to be leather. That is supposed to be metal plate. That is supposed to be metal plate armor like in World War One. The World War One lobster plate armor. And so that's inaccurate. I guess old lady NCR ex NCR veteran or whatever. That is like her chest plate is supposed to be made out of like sheet metal and not boiled leather.
I wish I had for 200 years.
Is that
Used to believe in those things too.
is that no, is that Howard's wife or is that I thought that was Angela Bassett for a second. That's not Angela Bassett.
I've kept myself alive for one reason. To find my family.
And I feel like there are elements of this like that like as interesting as his story is, again, we've seen it before in Raul and I guess fine, I'm gonna spoil it. Very similar to Ben Eldridge in Nuka Break. Like the Ghoul's character is very similar to his. But I know Ben's character is like, bound to be better written than Cooper Howard's. Oh, Felix, I mean the Ghoul from the show. Yeah, but they made knockoff Raul.
There's a war coming.
Oh, there's a war coming. There was a war, but you blew it up to so you could put your own characters in it. You blew it up, so you literally blew it all up so you can insert your OCs in it. It's not. You had an interesting aspect going on. If you want to depict, if honestly, like there is so much there like the stuff that they're like forcefully inserting into Fallout aside, there's so many interesting aspects for like an actual war game or like a depiction of military combat within Fallout. I'm not just referring to the Sino-American War. I'm referring to like the like Brotherhood of Steel and the NCR against the Enclave, the NCR and the Legion against other tribes, the even even the Brotherhood against the NCR, which I do have like if we keep this going for long enough, I do have a pleasant surprise for you all, which I will to wash this from our mouth. To wash this from our mouth. I have a surprise for you all that I'm gonna reveal later because I need a palate cleanser after this. But you had an interesting aspect of a war before then. Is what is those aren't missile silos. What the hell are those? Mhm.
I understand we're discussing a civil war.
Oh boy, there go. Ooh, Brotherhood of Steel Civil War. Someone's gonna. They they ran out of factions. They ran out of factions, so they're putting they killed all the factions. They killed all the factions, so they're having the Brotherhood fight each other. Like the Legion's gonna be like something I observed about the presence of the Legion in the first trailer is that if the Brotherhood really did cross over cross over from the East Coast to the West, they would have encountered the Legion first before resettling, before coming back to the West Coast. They would have found the Legion first, and they can't literally just fly over it because I like because even if the Legion are technologically inferior, they would have seen them. There would have been contact because it would have been an inevitability. But the fact that they're only meeting now is just out. It's like absurd because, especially when you consider that the Brotherhood, while they're hiding from the NCR, they're also hiding from the Legion because they don't have the combat power to take on either of them. Like their technology and weapons be damned.
Not have gotten my invitation.
Ugh. Oh, there's the awful assault rifle thing. Oh, that's a Securitron engaging a Brotherhood trooper. Oh, there's the awful M249 Lewis gun Fallout 4 assault rifle again. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's not good. Oh, there's the Volkssturmgewehr. And I feel bad. It's a good-looking gun. It's a Winchester 1887, which was in the game, to be fair. But that's Gore of my comfort character, man. That's Gore of my comfort character. They ruined the Kings. They really did ruin the Kings here. My Oshi, my Oshi, my Kami Oshi, Mr. House.
Getting to get along.
Oh, shut up. Oh, there's the Oh, they're using the industrial power fist from 4, which is different from the military fist from New Vegas. Oh, okay. So this raises even more questions. The Legion. Okay. Oh, she's gonna have him kill They're gonna have her kill Volpes or something because this is clearly a Legion tent city. You know what's the biggest shame about this? Okay, hold on. Unless it's played by Danny, it's a fake Raul. Well, what? 2008 Call of Duty game single player campaign, but it's the Battle of Helios 1 and the first Battle of Hoover Dam. The first Battle of Hoover Dam, I have fantasies about writing because it would be something majestic about that. Because I've been on Hoover Dam in real life. How I would have it, they would blow up I'm gonna clear my mind for a second here because at their strength, while both the NCR and Legion would be would have been. My idea is that the majority of the NCR forces in the region, most of their heavy weapons and heavy troopers, were not there because of the Legion. They were there because the Brotherhood had taken up post at Helios 1, and that was part of the NCR Brotherhood War. And to this end, they would have shit like tanks. They would have light aircraft support. Most of their heavy assets such as vertibirds, tanks, and that such technicals cavalry would have been Ranger cavalry would have come in combating the Brotherhood because they thought the Legion was just another insurgency. They're just another band of raiders. We don't have to worry about them. And that the NCR was caught almost off guard by the presence of the Legion and their assault on the dam. They'd have to blow up the Memorial Bridge and have this constant last stand on the dam before pushing to Boulder City, and they blew everything up. There would be full on, but the artillery on the dam would have to be used before they'd have to abandon it by the Legion's charge. There would be bayonet fighting, which would lead to, by the time of New Vegas, the NCR would have adopted sword bayonets because they realized that the Legion, regardless of what you do, they will have the advantage in close quarters combat and in mass formation combat. It looks something like out of World War I or World War II, despite the NCR having Vietnam era weapons. Yeah, that's how much of it this has really gotten my gears turning because this is what I love talking about Fallout and stuff like that. How what that would look like, what that would feel like for like, and that is the sincerity that I want in writers for TV shows like that, not mockeries of fans, having imaginations of factions on their own, of their aesthetics, of their styles, of characters, and like how they would incorporate them. That is what I would have wanted instead of this. And the sad part is that this Legion 10 city, like I remember this was literally planned to be on the other side of the fort. You would have seen a Legion 10 city with civilians and settlers and more soldiers and more legionaries. The fact that we're seeing this, like the fort was not this expansive in the game, but the fact that we're seeing this and it's wasted on this stupid fucking TV show, it just breaks my heart because it's gonna be bad, but there's so much good production design that went into it that it just really breaks my heart. New Vegas gets nuked, but somehow the elevator still works. Based on the Legion hit squad, they very much had the firepower to take out the Brotherhood when needed. Yeah, the arc well, what is it? The thermal lances that could cut through power armor would have been a really good style out of it. The thing is with the shitty assault rifle is that they wanted weapons intended they could only use in power armor, which isn't a bad idea, but they fucked it up. That's why they had the combat rifle and the assault rifle. Well, the thing is, if you wanted a weapon that you could only use in power armor, you have the Browning 50 cal from Fallout 76. Despite like a lot of its flaws, I really do love so many of the guns from Fallout 76, like the MG3, which is implied to be like the U.S. military importing a lot of German weapons after the fall of Europe, after the European War, like importing a lot of weapons from them, like the HK R91, which is supposed to be an HK 33 from Fallout 3, and the Browning 50 cal, the Browning M2 from 76 works really well as well. You have the minigun, you have you have the minigun, you have the shoulder mounted machine gun from this game from New Vegas from Lonesome Road, and you have the Browning 50 cal, the Browning M2 from from new from 76. Oh man, I feel like I'm despite me being a hater, like it's funny because my hate for this show has reignited my passion, and I want to talk about this stuff again. I want to play and write about this stuff again. Oh boy. Oh, there's Macaulay Culkin. There's the Home Alone guy. Is that supposed to be Volpe's? Is that supposed to be Volpe's? And why is he spitting blood? Well, of course they had to do that. It's not a show written by the boys writers without excessive gore. Another one of that. Oh, there's another marriage scene. Oh, the you know what I'm gonna say? This golf cart is the only vehicle Bethesda has ever given to a protagonist. They're willing to incorporate this into the show, but they're not willing to put it in their own games. They're not willing to put it in their own games. Anyway, going back to that's why they had the combat rifle and the assault rifle. You could have just used like the M60 or the M249 if you wanted like a power armor exclusive weapon, something like that. Fallout 76 is just fun shooty. Legion armor straight up topped the stop service rifle fire. I think the NCR would have changed to a higher caliber standard kit in the long run. Battle rifle, the grand standard is in 308. Followers haven't shown up at all. Yeah, so this implies that the Freeside Junkies and the Fiends have taken Old Mormon Fort. At least two intact who got some vehicles. Legion armor straight up stop service. Well, the thing is with Legion armor, it is functionally soft armor. The Legion does not the Legion Centurions were wearing metal plates that could stop rifle fire. I can say that because I have fought Legion assassin teams, and they have and it took five 2 to 3 magazines per to kill a Legion assassin in full Centurion armor. But the standard Legion armor does not stop 5.56. That is supposed to be based off of sporting gear, and I guess some military and police flak vests. but like that will not stop a 5.56 round. Just like if anything, I feel like the NCR's like body armor, like the chest plate, the breastplate, would only stop I think 9 mil pistol round, like pistol rounds and shotgun blasts. That will like the spalling would still be an issue on both ends. Like the spalling would be an issue unless they like came up with some kind of natural spall liner like rubber or something. But like overall, like the NCR is better armored, but both of them would have trouble defeating defeating rifle calibers with body armor. But oh, this is why does free side exist? Why does free side exist but not the strip? Oh no. We're in trouble. We're already seeing issues here. Okay. Again, if you know nothing about Fallout, this would look really cool. If you know nothing about it. Oh, there's the Silver Rush. Oh, that means this is the Atomic Wrangler. And there's the wench, the Atomic Wrangler wenches and all that. Um I gotta say this. This I did the NCR never had they were working on it, but they never had the ability to make their own power armor. This is straight up this they used the Ranger armor helmet for power armor. Like to a layman, to someone who doesn't care, this would look good. To someone who would care, it's like it's a sign that they don't know what they're doing because they really don't know what they're doing. Um they really don't know what they're doing. The NCR never made their own patterns of power armor. They never like the most that they did was take off the pauldrons and reduce the weight of the chest plate so that so that their soldiers could move around and use it without requiring the power component, which to me is stupid. I think they would know how to use power armor, but they would only have very limited use and they would only be captured from the Brotherhood or the Enclave. They would not be making their own suits because they do not have the capacity to make their own suits. Why aren't they like the largest element of like end of the NCR that we have seen of them being capable. Okay, this is a big rant, okay, about power armor. On the East Coast, we've seen like raiders wearing power armor, which in my opinion is pretty stupid. I don't think they should have that. We've seen like literal like random factions like the Atom Cats using power armor on their own, like despite and like having. Okay, so here's my rant. Power armor is a military weapon. It is a heavy duty military weapon. It is not like a rifle or a machine gun or a machine gun where parts are readily available. This is like a vehicle. This is a full on weapon system. This is akin to a vehicle. And for vehicles, you need logistics. Logistics, which means you need power, which I guess which would be the fusion cores. You need power, which, by the way, the depiction of the fusion cores in season one is really stupid. They need power. They need addition. They need repair. They need modular repair units. They need they need small parts. Like if you've worked on a car, then you know how complicated it is to service a car. That like servicing power armor would be even worse because of the combination of small electronics combined with large electronics in something that is supposed to be moving around constantly. Like this is why only the Enclave had the ability to produce their own. If the Brotherhood could not produce their own power armor, the NCR certainly could not. And while we do, and for most of all, like while the NCR does have like some elements of an automotive industry in Fallout 2, the Highwayman is explicitly a pre-war car that they were able to repair. They could salvage, they could repair, they could not build their own. Only limited factions were able to service power armor like this, and in the end, this wouldn't have been this like under the constraints of the NCR's economy, especially following their war with the Brotherhood. This not would not have been possible. This would not have been possible. And like the NCR Ranger armor, the riot gear costs literally like the annual salary of an NCR citizen, of an NCR colonist to prepare. And if that was enough of a drain on them, then this would not have been feasibly possible, economically possible, or technologically possible under the NCR's under the NCR's constraints that they have, this would not like it would not have been able to work. They wouldn't have this. Where did all the asphalt go? Yeah, that's a problem. In New Vegas, that like in real life, I have been to Freeside in real life, and I wore and fun fact, hold on, where is that? Um, yeah, well, I did like fun fact, I did wear this to it's called Fremont Street. It's called the Fremont Street Experience in real life. It's genuinely a really cool place, like if you're into partying and stuff. But like I've admitted to things that I probably shouldn't when I like of the kinds of pictures that I took at Fremont Street. But it's Vegas, so that's gonna happen. But yeah, where did the asphalt go? Yeah, there's supposed to be a road that goes here. That part is not blocked off. Normally, the part like beyond the wall is accessible in game, is readily accessible in the game. Um, I don't mind I didn't mind the idea of raiders using power armor. I do because that's pretty stupid. Especially how Given 4 did power armor. They turned Freeside into a spaghetti western town. Yeah, I mean like I'm not opposed to this aesthetic existing. This feels like we this looks like hold on. This looks like Wasteland Weekend. This looks like a cosplay convention. This does not look like Freeside, but it looks like this. It's not entirely bad. It's not all bad like Wasteland Weekend. It's not entirely bad, but it's funny that it looks like this. It is like it's the funny part is that they have like better production, like they have similar production quality to the show itself. It looks like Wasteland Weekend. The fucking well, I guess that they got Wasteland Weekend people as extras for this or something. Like, but should it be a spaghetti western town? Not entirely. Like, but yeah, where did the asphalt go? There should be a road here. It is supposed to be lit up at night. There's supposed to be electric lights everywhere. Well, like, but my biggest gripe is honestly going to be the power armor because it just doesn't make sense, man. What is that? What is he? Oh, it's him. It's him in the NCR Ranger power armor thing. Oh, he has a saw blade or whatever, which on its own isn't a bad idea for a weapon. It's just like probably gonna like look bad on the show. Oh, oh, spoiler alert, he's gonna kill the Deathclaw with the saw blade. Oh, that's not what it looks like. Oh, that's Gore of my comfort character. That's Gore of my comfort character. This is not what the strip is like. That's Clanker. You were right. It's a dirt road. It's a dirt road on the strip. The entire this is supposed to be pavement. Even in the game, it's pavement. Oh no! They done fucked up the strip, man. They done fucked up the strip. Oh, they fucked up the strip, man. Looking good, Felix. Looking good. The guy walks around Freeside in power armor, is getting his ass jumped and sold for parts. Well, I mean, to be yeah, that does happen in the game where like a bunch of like Freeside bandits will literally just attack you because they think they can, despite you wearing like you can carry a minigun and they will still attack you with like pool cues and tire irons. Like like they still think you have a chance with that. But yeah, this is that's supposed to be Gamora. That is not what the strip looks like. They did an oh my god, they did an awful job. And yeah, you are even if I didn't like this show, you are Amazon. You are the richest company in the damn world. Could you not like could you not recreate most of the strip and like with how wide the street is? They it's not even that. They removed the concrete islands in the center. There's concrete islands on the sides. They removed even those. This is not how the strip looks like in game at all. It's like the like major like I thought, like I said, ooh, the set design isn't bad. This is terrible set design. This is dog shit set design. And but we already know, like, despite it being inaccurate, we already know what happened. The strip is gone. By by the time of New Vegas, somehow Freeside is populated, but the strip isn't because they're looting the strip. House is still alive, but he has lost control of the strip. That is not what happens. He has access to the Securitrons, and yet somehow he loses control of the strip. The NCR is gone. The NCR is gone. It's like the courier. Oh my gosh. I'm just realizing it now. It's like the courier never existed. The Legion, it's like the Legion wins. Mr. House loses control of the strip. Mr. Did they have Benny kill the courier and like permanently die at the start of New Vegas, which is why it's like this? I think they killed the courier. The courier's dead. They killed the courier, which means it's not like that they killed the courier. They killed the courier. Oh my gosh! I think they killed the courier, guys. They killed the courier. They killed Courier 6. They killed Courier 6 because this wouldn't be like this if the courier was alive. House is still alive but has lost control of the strip. The NCR is entirely gone. There's only remnants of the NCR now. The Legion somehow won but not killed Mr. House. The brother the Brotherhood has returned in force, which under most playthroughs, under the NCR, under all playthroughs, if you're following for an NCR victory, a Legion victory, a House victory, or if you're just telling you like the only way the Brotherhood of Steel and the Mojave survives is if you ignore them, if you ignore Yes Man's orders to destroy them, and you tell them that they're surviving. That is the only canonical Brotherhood victory is under a Yes Man, is under either peace with the NCR, or a diplomatic ending with the NCR, or a Yes Man ending where you allow them to live. That is the only Brotherhood victory endings. But in here, it's just, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh. Like, it is like the game lays out the possibilities of what can happen. Under an NCR victory, they expand and they use the strip's resources to grow their empire. If the Legion wins, they do the same. They dismantle the technology, but they like make of Vegas what they can and make it their new capital. If House wins, then Vegas stands. If Yes Man wins, Vegas is kind of screwy. But House is still alive, but it's being treated as a Yes Man ending, where like if it was a true Legion victory, then we would have seen the Legion as far as Mojave Outpost, because the Legion are clearly capable of reaching that. Yet they're only confined to the fort. The House has lost control of the strip. It doesn't make any sense. And I think they killed the courier. I think they had Benny canonically shoot the courier in the head, and he or she dies in a shallow grave in Good Springs. And that's why and that's how the events of the Fallout TV show happen. Because the courier dies in a shallow grave on atop a hill in Good Springs on Benny Hill. It doesn't. They don't understand the games. They haven't even. It's like they haven't played them. They haven't played them. Felix is gone, man. Thanks, Amazon. Oh, Benny, I think this guy is still breathing. Roll credits. The courier. If this is what Fallout would look like, if the Great Khans beheaded the courier instead of Benny shooting the courier, the Great Khans just decapitated the courier and took their head with them, and then the courier dies permanently, and then this is what happens to Fallout. This is what happens to New Vegas. The only way I see this working is Benny and House fight over the Securitrons, which makes a wall that stop the Legion. That wouldn't even make any sense. Because if Benny was able to activate the Securitrons, well, if Benny was able to activate, because Benny is never able to activate the Securitrons, and I guess that's played in the show because we only see Victor. We only see Victor. We only see a Soldier Securitron, a Securitron Mark II OS, and that's it. It's just like I think it's just those two. It's those two or those three, and there's only a limited amount of Securitrons in the game. There is no there is no signs of the Securitron army, which means Benny has failed. The fort is still intact. If you activate the Securitrons kill all the legionaries in the fort under a Mr. House ending. Under Mr. House ending, the Legion gets genocided by the Securitrons. Under a Yes Man ending where you have the Robot Army, the same thing happens. This means the Securitrons under the fort have never been evacuated. Have never been started. Yet House is still alive because in the game Benny never reaches the weather station where he can activate the Securitrons. He never reaches the Securitron factory. Um, uh, he never reaches the Securitron factory, which I guess is played in here. But oh man, and the NCR is gone because Bethesda killed them. Ah. Well, Turd Howard hates New Vegas. Only way I see well, we see the Mark II Securitron, so the Courier had to evacuate them. There is a difference there because I've seen if there is a guy who is like mostly known for his stalker playthroughs. Oh, hold on, let me go find it. Let me go find it. Um, Amer- where is that? Where um it's about a Russian guy who's playing New Vegas. Uh, where is that? I'm trying to remember it. It's a rush. It's a where it's this guy known for stalker playthroughs. Western Stalker. There it is. This is the one. Yeah, under Nikolai. This the under.
Build a website you love.
Oh, shut up. I'm interrupting you because I have better things to watch.
For your words,
Okay, this guy. I'm gonna show this off real quick. This is a much better trailer for New Vegas than anything Bethesda can make.
Hi. Big titty, Lil Way Hill.
Can you tell me your name?
Oh, he's using the HD pack. This is a better like in his playthrough here, he destroys the Securitrons, but he's still able to activate them to Mark II. That like I think it's only it's under only like Yes Man can activate them to Mark II. Yes Man can activate them to Mark II, but the Securitrons can be destroyed and the remaining ones activated to Mark II. But yeah, that's there. Um, we had what like that in your Discord because the Mark IIs are in the platinum chip. You're gay, JK bro, you rule. To activate them to Mark II is to give House the chip. No, I think yeah, that's right. Yeah, the is to give House the chip. Where's the platinum chip? Where's the
that's why my dad learned to den of monsters, but he'd probably just tell me to shut the fudge up.
don't that's terrible dialogue. It's a like genuinely terrible dialogue. I think like I might be alone in the house, so I could like I don't want I don't hold on, you ain't watching, so this is glitched. Hold on. Oh, okay, this is the final trailer. Let's get this over with. It's probably going to be more distasteful things in here. Y'all ever get to the end of a game and not finish because it's too good? House or Yes Man can activate them for the Mark Twos, but for the Mark Twos, but for the fort, you need the chip to access the fort stash of Securitrons. Yeah, Ben, like I think in this one, like okay, I have to check because I have to see at least by this final trailer. We will have to see if they killed the courier, if they killed Courier 6, the main character of the crown jewel.
Vault check vault today. Because if the worst should happen tomorrow, the world is going to need you to build a better day after.
Shut up.
Try again.
I'm looking for someone.
This doesn't. Also, they forgot Lonesome. Like I remember there were jokes. There were jokes. Okay, there were jokes that this is that the Fallout TV show happens in a universe where you let Ulysses nuke the NCR, which is the only explanation really. But even though they explained it there, a single nuke would not be enough to take out the NCR. This like this area, to my recollection, this area never appears in game. These clearly aren't missiles because they're too thin to be, and the issue in like I remember there were jokes that the Fallout TV show uses the Lonesome Road bad ending. That would not have happened. Well, I guess maybe it did because Ulysses would have waited his entire life in the Divide, launched the nuke. Maybe that's how it happened. But something that's worth pointing out is there are no I'm still only 19 sections into the trailer. There are no tunnelers. It was predicted that unless a major military power occupies Vegas, and unless a major military power occupies Clark County and like is able to deal with a threat, like the Legion or the NCR, or Mr. House is able to secure control of Clark County, the tunnelers from the Divide are going to overrun the Mojave Wasteland, which we haven't seen any, which means Lonesome Road has been decanonized. Apparently. Shut up.
Oh, what a great question. What say you, Miss McClan?
Is this a rehash of the first trailer? No, it's not. See, did they use all of their budget to make the strip here, but they didn't. But like did they make it CGI? They made it only like CGI only in the for the stuff, but they used like a Hollywood backlot for the actual set. Because all the budget went into the pre-war scenes, and then all the stuff after just like it felt like it's fallen apart.
What I do.
Deathclaw. There's Gore, my comfort character again.
Is I know everything.
This is just replaying stuff we've already seen, but I'm just like waiting for the
Stuff we fight for.
What is that? What is that? What is that? What is this? Wait, is this AI? This is AI. Wait, this might. Wait, no, that's not. What is this? This is not Fallout. This is like Gears of War or StarCraft. This is not Fallout. Why does he have blue lights? Why does he have the combine blue lights coming out of his helmet? Why is this blue? Why does he have the Needler from Halo? What is this? And that's the Lucky 38 behind him. This isn't AI. This is a real trailer. This is a real trailer. And what is this? What is this? This is not Fallout. This is like I was raving about how good the production design was. This is not Fallout. This is. Did they reuse a prop from Halo, from the Paramount Halo TV show? This does not. What is this? This looks to be AI. I'm not. AD edits. Well,
Even those things too.
no. This is all. All the rest of this is real. Is real footage. Wait. No, this is another shot. Oh, it's supposed to be the NCR, the stupid NCR power armor. That's why did it look like that? Why was there blue lights coming out of his face? And there's the rip round fired from the Volkssturmgewehr. The FNAF 2 trailer. It's bleak, guys. The worst part, I think, about all this. Whatever. Is there anything else? No. Oh, I'm gonna. Okay, let's fire this back up again. It's not. Because standard NCR power armor looks like shit. It's not. It wouldn't. It doesn't. It's not. It's not even like that because the standard NCR power armor isn't like. My point of them not having power armor is that they wouldn't be able to afford it in game. They didn't have the means to. They didn't have the means to build it. They didn't have the means to build power armor on their own in game. According to the lore of the game. But if you but the production design otherwise looked fine. Well, besides the brutalist Vault-Tec building and the strip, and the NCR, the NCR trooper armor, that looked pretty bad. It's coal, guys. It's like Fallout might be nuclear powered. But all these trailers are just coal, man. It's all just coal. It's all just people who don't understand. They didn't care enough about the game to play it. I don't want to watch. I'm not going to watch Wired. Most Google questions, and they don't know, they didn't. It really feels like they did not play the games. Like, they got people to work production design who did play the games, but the writers themselves didn't. I'm not going to watch the Wired one. Live in the studio about the new season. It's like Fruitcake's made this. They had to have too much. Couldn't just do VATS. Had to rip Max Payne while doing it. I mean, what do you mean by Max Payne though? What do you mean by it's stealing from Max Payne isn't entirely bad, but wow, she blasted him. Gay now. Assume the worst. Fallout 4. I couldn't tell you I didn't play it. None of these people know the world they're trying to portray. Assume the worst. Reused. It's I feel like I don't have any animosity towards the cast, but what you know what? I'm gonna continue until 9 o'clock. I have a lot to rant about. I was supposed to do something else, but I'm gonna keep going. Hold on. Hold on. This is the I've been going for 2 hours 37 minutes. You know what? I'm going on for a little bit more. Let's see what this is. Oh, pretty lady. No, it's a jewelry ad.
Welcome back. Well, from White Lotus to Yellow Jackets, our next guests are some of TV's biggest names.
Well,
Apocalyptic wasteland for a brand new season of Fallout. It's a hard word to say.
It's not the thing is, like I said before, a lot of
I
it,
used to believe in those things.
a lot of it like
I wish I had
it's a lot of this is portrayed so insincerely. It is all a game to them. Like it is, yes, it's based off of a game, but it's all just it's all just whatever to them. They're not capable of telling a real, like a decent story. They're not capable of like accepting that, like, despite all of its minor comedic elements, Fallout is meant to be something serious, to be taken at face value, to be taken to, like, you're not supposed to see it as satire. You're supposed to see its story through to the end. That's how it is on an RPG. Hold on, we'll skip over this stupid trailer.
and the fan.
Season 1, they described Lucy as some
Character in Fallout, I just want to go like, oh,
Yeah, I've got this
it's
great
still
plastic
there.
surgeon,
Still
that
there.
they take it off at the beginning of every year.
Whatever,
and
just-
put it back on.
Can I check?
You can. You know what's funny about
It's definitely
my
still there.
nose? Like
Whatever, it's the Australian woman crushing on Bolton Goggins.
One day, and he said, "You know what? You have the perfect nose." And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yes, because I do them for a living."
Oh, so he would know.
Yes, but not
my
in this.
brain
They took
knows.
it away. They took it
I
away.
thought, I'll be honest, I thought it was Stevie Nicks in the 70s.
Wait a minute.
Hang on, that's a bit cruel.
Stevie, we love you.
Yeah, no, we do.
Whatever. He's look. I don't have any animosity towards the actors. I feel like for all the hate that Maximus gets, which, like, the character does deserve it, because he's plainly a bad person, like a very bad person. Like, I don't have any animosity towards the characters. I think, not the characters, the actors. I think the actors do an excellent job with such a dog shit script. They are and they are kept in the like, assuming they would care, because maybe they wouldn't, maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't, because everything they're being seen and fed is through this stupid, like, Amazon Bethesda lens. And the issue here is that, like, if they knew, if they like, if they like, I feel like if they could portray a story with more gravity, which which the real Fallout obviously is, they would take it. And, like, all of their efforts in acting is wasted on like, one of the worst scripts to come to TV. The infamous, the sex joke scene, like the flirt scene from season 1, which is genuinely one of the worst. Like, I have like Game of Thrones made me uncomfortable, but it was watchable. Like, I wouldn't, like, I couldn't. It made me uncomfortable, but I could, like, I could stand watching it. I could not stand the dialogue in season 1, because not just because of, oh, it's not accurate to the games. It's just plain bad, like, so badly written. And, like, and the way, and they are and, like, they don't have anything else. Like, because they're good actors in a terrible position.
incredible. It was, yeah, it's fun to play Lucy.
They wink too much at you. This Fallout sticks around for ass pats. Can't just deliver and continue. They could have just stuck to the source material. Here's the thing. Nuka Break has a lot of issues. Hold on. Let me go upload that. Nuka Break has a share of issues. No one's ignoring that. Nuka Break of Nuka Break trailer. This, like, I've shown this off. I've gushed about this so much because I love this series. This made me, like, really appreciate Fallout for what it was. Whatever, that's an AI ad. Despite the budget, and despite like, this is not accurate to the games. Yet despite that, it is enjoyable. It is watchable. Like, you can say there's always going to be issues with adapting elements of a game into a TV show, but this would like and does it lean too hard? Like there are some severe lore break issues with lore in Nuka Break, such as like the villain here is Caesar's brother, which doesn't make any sense. But like if you view it even independently on its own, it is a good show. It is like I am willing to stomach this being an alternate version of Fallout where things like that could happen, and like but it still feels like it because there is sincerity behind it.
Wait. What if we give you the additional bonus to not kill us?
That sounds pretty good. Would you just shoot him, please?
I don't want.
See, and that's infinitely better written, like infinitely better written. It's still all Joss Whedon. That just happened. Millennial writing. It's still like if you've played Dispatch, you know what millennial writing is, or if you've seen the MCU. But besides that, this is like it's like Firefly if it was set in Fallout. It's excellently done. The stuff is great. Is it accurate to the games? No. Is it faithful to the games? No. But it's watchable, and most of all, it's fun, and it actually tells a coherent a story worth being listened to, despite like the political activities of the screenwriters here, which I'm aware. They are not going to push that in a Fallout show, and they're not going to they didn't push it here. This is 14 years old, so people can change, but it's like I showed this off.
At Foot Locker,
Shut up.
we're celebrating the season. Foot Locker, we got you.
Oh, shut up. This one, I was so excited for this. I'm really sad because yeah, Zach Finfrock was unfortunately a big supporter for the Amazon Fallout TV show, despite him making his own. And the irony is that this guy is making better, like with his own budget. He's making a better depiction of Fallout than a million than the literal richest company in the world. Because you can tell, but this is made more sincere. This is more sincere because of the general environments capture the games better than this better than the actual TV shows though, and thankfully the NCR actually exists in this version. And I love the work that they did with this. This is I think he's wearing a Ranger patrol hat, but he's in the standard NCR. I guess he's supposed to be their commanding officer. This is Remington. No, it's a Winchester 1897 trench gun, and they've got my beloved M16A1 service rifle. That they have the balls to show the NCR, unlike the real TV show. And there's more heart in this in this damn trailer than a lot of the elements. This is what I'm excited for. This is the real Fallout TV show I want to see. That's why it hurts. Hey Felix, get Libra Wolfwell. Get true, but I want the show to be set in the same world where you can get literally crucified for not winning the lottery. Don't get it twisted. Despite hating so much, I just wish it was given more care. Yeah, there's going to be nitpicks. There's going to be problems. Not everything has to be accurate to the games. Not everything has to be accurate to the source material when adapting something. But this level of spite towards fans and complete ignorance of what actually occurs. This is why I'm nervous for the Helldivers adaptation with Justin Lin. I'm not I'm not a big Helldivers fan. I don't play it. I know people who do, and they like it a lot. But what's his name? What's his name? Oh, let me go find it. Justin Lin, Helldivers. Yeah, this is a problem because so first off, So Justin Lin is the he directed a lot of the Fast and Furious movies. He has said he is not a gamer. He does not play Helldivers, but he wants to direct a movie based on it. This is a problem. Okay, you see, this is a like you. This is a this is a this does not spell good news for the Helldivers movie, because it is not it's like he doesn't. Hold on, let me switch back on the VGM. He like, someone who doesn't care about the games or the source material should not be making something that is an adaptation of the source material. Do not use an adaptation to push satire. That is the fault of the Starship Troopers movie. That is also the fault of the Fallout TV show. Do not use an adaptation of a pre-existing work unless it is within the spirit of the pre-existing work, as to which is not. And yeah, New Vegas was an environmental storytelling masterclass. You need to portray a similar world if people are used to that kind of environmental storytelling. I like that dude who played Witcher or WE, I'm not sure, or whatever, on hardest difficulty and respected the source material. Yeah, Henry Cavill, Superman. I want him to be like I want Aaron Taylor Johnson to be the next Bond, but Henry Cavill would be an amazing James Bond. But yeah, Superman, like The Witcher, Henry Cavill, like the 40K guy. He's big into 40K, and it's like to him, like, we need people like him in Hollywood. Like, while I love his work as an actor, I think he's really charismatic as an actor. Like, natural to be a little bit gay for Henry Cavill. What is it? Yeah. Henry Cavill Witcher. Yeah, it's but like, honestly, like as much as I love him as an actor, this guy would do almost as good as a screenwriter, because he's like generally like he's actually interested in portraying it accurately. He is interested in the source material. Why don't we have more actors like him in Hollywood? It's like it's so tiring when people push that aside. Oh yeah, there's the what is that? The Fallout hate guy. Oh boy, this is it's an AstroTurf, like it's an what was it, AstroTurf, whatever. This guy is trying to parody me. He's parodying me specifically. He's making me mad. I'm back with beer. Come by for the New Vegas team. May this show flop spectacularly. Clanker, that's the problem. Clanker, the problem is that this show isn't flopping. The normies are too invested. This was one of the biggest TV successes of last year, and that's a problem because they don't know what this show is actually about. This show is one of the biggest successes of last year. To be entirely fair, Helldivers 2 is very silly and satirical. At worst, it'll be facepalm worthy. I see. The actor cared more than the producers. I believe he even made the show less bad. Yeah, because he actually read the books and played the games. Thanks. I couldn't place his name, but he is a good guy. Thanks for understanding. They tell him specifically not to. Henry Cavill's a nerd actor, which is dying breed. Well, I just wish, yeah, more people cared about this. More people cared about the source material they were portraying. You wouldn't get me you wouldn't get me to adapt. I don't know. I wouldn't. You wouldn't get me to like direct a romantasy novel, or like a direct adaptation of like a romantasy thing or whatever, without me incorporating heavy changes. Why would you get me? I'm not suited for this. Like, if you're, find someone who is going to present your source material genuinely. Like, you wouldn't get me to. You wouldn't get me to like you. I don't know, like, you wouldn't get me to direct an episode of, like, Sabrina the Teenage Witch or whatever. You wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't participate, because that's not my realm of expertise. If your realm of expertise isn't this, you shouldn't, like, if you don't care about the source material, you should not be involved with the production of an adaptation of it. quite simply. And it's like, but this becomes a harder and harder thing, especially when it's muddled by the fact that the people who are involved with the source material in it actively want to change it and are using an adaptation of it in order to force retcons and changes of the source material in. Like I said, I'm really scared that they killed off the courier because the only logical explanation for the events is that the courier is dead in the ground. Yeah, well, I got news for you, but that's why the live action Lion Kings were so shit. But yeah. You know what? I'm gonna whatever. I'm gonna Aaron Paul, whatever. It's Robert Robertson, it's Jesse Pinkman, whatever. Look, there's a pretty lady on screen, but even that is not gonna make me like the TV show. Yeah. Thanks, Rock. Thanks, American Ranger. Good guy, I follow him. Here's your epic NCR power armor that you wanted so badly, Mr. Fallout fan, which we didn't want. It's gonna be like it's not. It's not. It's not. This stuff isn't gonna be good. It's not. It's not good. It's not fun. It's not gonna be funnier. You know what? Yo, Playa, I subscribe to your blossoming channel. Thank you, Penguin J. I cast my ultimate insult to the show. I have read better Ruby self-insert fanfiction than this. I have a friend who loves Ruby. I should introduce you to him. I should introduce you to him. The guy directing them also does The Mandalorian. He doesn't care about Lion King, but he pays for what he wants to do. Here's the thing. What's his name again? I'm trying to remember his name because I actually really like him as a director. He played Paz Vizsla. He played Paz and Tare Vizsla in the Mandalorian. He was Happy Hogan in Marvel in Iron Man. He directed Iron Man too. He directed the first and second Iron Man. Iron Man. Yeah, that's his name. Jon Favreau. He did Cowboys and Aliens as well. I actually like Jon Favreau. I think he would like. I actually like Jon Favreau. To be entirely honest, like Favreau is a really good director. I like his work. I liked Iron Man. I liked Iron Man. I loved The Mandalorian. Unironically, despite my dislike for most of Disney Star Wars, I will defend The Mandalorian because it's genuinely fun. It feel like it was a breath of fresh air, like for a franchise, like compared to what we've seen of Fallout. I would absolutely watch The Mandalorian again. It's because it's made with genuine love and interest for Star Wars, unlike other adaptations. The Mandalorian was good, but they really terrible season 3. Utterly terrible season 3. I will not defend him on that. Season 1 and 2 was like excellent show. Unironically excellent show. But with Favreau, Oh yeah, Favreau did good. Felix loves Ruby so much. I've never seen Ruby. AI knows the answer, but yeah, Favreau did well on Mandalorian season 1 and 2. Did good with Iron Man 1 and 2. That's good. Hold on, I gotta text someone. Huh. Yeah, she's talking a lot downstairs. I'm hoping it doesn't get picked up on the microphone. But yes, Mando season 1 and 2 were good. They lost track after Boba Fett too, though. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett was terrible. It was just plain terrible. Like it's really sad. I watched most of it, and it's just like, but they handled it so badly. But Mando season 1 and 2 was great. Genuinely, like, I will defend that part of Disney Star Wars. And anyways, you know what? It's already 8 o'clock. I've been doing this for multiple hours. I'm gonna end on a palate cleanser. This is the real Fallout. I hope you stuck around.
Dad doesn't like his gift.
Shut up, Amazon. Leave me alone. I'm gonna. I thought I knew Mando would just be a bait and switch. Well, Mando wouldn't be. The first two seasons are worth watching. The last two aren't. I just realized they're killing. I just realized they're killing the NCR, just like the Star Wars sequels killed the Republic off screen. Yeah, they killed the New Republic in the sequels because they needed the resistance. Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. These YouTube ads are insane. Anyways, you want good Fallout content? Woo! Sunburst! Sunburst is out. Full length feature film, 47 minutes long. Sunburst is out. Will I watch this in its entirety? And it's using the opening theme. Oh man, this is look. I think this is in Blender or Source. Hold on, is this Source Filmmaker or Blender? Is this is this is this I think this is Blender. This might be Blender. This might be Source. I'm not. No, it's too fluid for It's too fluid for Source. I can see a Source animation when I see one. This is. I think this is Blender or some similar software. This is what a Fallout TV show should have looked like. God, this is so good. I just like this is the NCR with the goon balaclavas. I love that. I love that element. Even when the good guys are wearing balaclavas too, it's fun. And interesting aspect that the Brotherhood, like the knights. I think these are scribes or squires that are not in power armor. They're wearing M81 Woodland Pass GT vests, which is canonical because they started from a U.S. Army unit. Yeah, there is so much attention to detail here. That is, even if it is a bit too much Fallout 4-y, there's so much more spirit done here. Oh man. Foreign TV shows are popular for a reason. They get less money. Limitations breed creativity. Source to tell is in the hands. If the hands look like heavy, it's source. This is what the one they use for a California Dreaming music video. Oh yeah, I love the California Dreaming hold on. I'm gonna show that one off too. California Dreaming Fall. Yeah. The I can't yeah, that one was good, but I'm not gonna play the whole thing because, Audio Jungle, Audio Jungle, Audio Jungle. But yeah, there's it's like it's just I'm probably gonna only watch like hold on. How far am I? Oh, I'm almost like to the minute. You know what? I think have I gone on too far or like should I leave you guys a sweet clip you're about to show, even on Netflix that applies. It's a dust desert. Everyone wears balaclavas, Lamau. Actually, you know what? I think this guy has made other animations. I want to watch this on my own time. I might do a film Freakout just for Sunburst. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. That's a good idea. There was another Fallout animation that I wanted to show. There were I'm trying to find it because it's of the NCR Ghoul Troopers. NCR mil I'm trying to find it, man. I'm sure is it Dinzy? Yeah, I think it's yeah, this one. This is another one. Besides Soda's, Sir Dinzy has been like doing master classes of work with this. Hold on. I gotta show this off. I got this is short enough for me to react to. This is short enough for me to react to. This is on par with um this is on par with it. Oh wow, fan film. This is That's even longer than Sunburst. So I gotta watch that too. Um, so we're gonna watch this in its totality. Invasion of New Vegas fan trailer. Like
Okay, if there's one AI
shut up.
site builder you need to meet, this is the
This
perfect
one,
one.
I'll show off. You're about to see Kino. I think this is in Blender. Yeah, this is in Blender. Oh man, it's made him Unreal. Ew. I want to promote this as well because this is like good. This is good service. This is good work. This is genuine passion. This is what I want out of a Fallout TV show. And it's a shame, damn shame that we didn't get something like this. So they're like in a sewer in like a disused vault. No, I think this is a sewer. This isn't like a vault. This isn't a vault.
Shit, it's a T-60. Fuck it, open fire!
And I love that that staccato, that rat-a-tat of the service rifle. The service rifle's getting some love, and I'm gonna show at least one clip of Sunburst. One clip of Sunburst because that's good as well. Invasion of New Vegas is good as well. All of this is just like this is a good palate cleanser. The Brotherhood like the regular infantry, like I think the junior knights look so good in this. They've got the oh yeah, and they're fighting smart because they know the gas lines are still on, so they're gonna do that. And they're moving tactically. I like this is it's just so well done, man. Oh man, poor guy. He didn't make it. See, I guess I'm fine with like this level of gore because it's just an animation. I like but the Brotherhood troops aren't just moving like idiots because in Fallout Season 1, the way they attacked the observatory was like it's just like all it's really the fight scenes in Season 1 were really stupid. They were just really stupid. I'm willing to concede that Season 1 of Fallout did have some good elements. I would like from the production design, and there were some good moments like the duel with the Raiders on the bridge. But overall, but overall, they didn't know what they were doing when it came to fight like cinematography. This is done by someone who knows what they're doing. Like the NCRs fight like conscript. The NCR fights like conscripts. The Brotherhood Knights fight like trained soldiers, like operators, and they're not just like running in and doing stupid shit. They're operating. They're like doing room clearing and everything. They're cagged out as the kids say. The knights are cagged out. They're doing the C clamp. They're doing the Chris Costa AR-15 C clamp despite using laser guns.
Hands up!
Yeah, the ghoul officers.
Hands where we can see them!
So they lost their position.
Move it! You heard him, Muty! Get the fuck down!
Script is a bit clunky, but it's serviceable. It's genuinely serviceable for what it is. Oh man, with the game accurate marksman rifle. Well, not game accurate because it's full auto, but I'll forgive it.
Hold your line! Every shot counts!
And you really feel that desperation here. Oh, the way he just got dropped by the 12 gauge it looks so good. Oh, he's using the Fallout 1 10 millimeter, and is that a high power or a 1911? I think that's a 1911. It just looks so good, man. And to round it out, I'm gonna be showing off Sunburst. Yeah, this is how we should have seen the Brotherhood be fighting in the show. Why didn't they do this? This looks so good. this is sick. Yeah, cagoids. Yeah, the Brotherhood. Even the Brotherhood are cagged out. They're cag nation now. How do these Hollywood people have zero pride for their state? How they can throw away their own faction? Well, yeah, with the NCR for free. The vibe is there. Goodness, we missed something great for a funny accent. Let's I'm gonna and then of course I'm gonna show this like the work in progress with the yeah, you know what, for out of respect for my guy Boone, I'm gonna show off First Recon, the clip where First Recon engages the Brotherhood. That's gonna look good. Oh, they're using robots as well. That looks cool as hell. With the it really does, like, even here, something I noticed, like the NCR Knight in combat armor, they really remind me of the HECU. And in my opinion, if we were like besides the power armored troops that you see of the Enclave in like Fallout 3 and in Fallout 2, if I was gonna portray like regular infantry for the Enclave, I'd take a lot of inspiration from like the HECU from Half-Life because yeah, I'm a Half-Life fan, but Fallout is like never short of references, and it would be cool to like reference a contemporary work like Half-Life. But yeah, the gas mask, the past GT, the the um the ceramic combat vest that the knights are wearing, it like they look so much like the HECU. And I love that use of the like it's got the LMG from New Vegas plus they're running the 10 millimeter SMG as a sidearm. And what's cool here is that this is a side of the NCR we rarely see, where they're like for once they're the barbarians they're the barbarians assaulting the gate. They're the ones in simple metal armor and like leather jackets assaulting the well entrenched troops. They're the like and this is like for once they are fighting the way we would imagine the Legion fights, and that's really cool. That's something I really love about Sunburst is that this is how they look. Like, yes, granted, these are like the drugged up berserkers, but the idea that the NCR has troops like that, like the shock troopers, like those. I have my own idea of what an NCR shock trooper would be like. In my opinion, it was like something like a better equipped, that's better equipped to fight the Brotherhood. But yeah, this is what it should have looked like. There's my boy. There's my boy from the thumbnail. He's using the Marine handover handover stock, that technique. That looks so cool, man. Oh, and then even the paladins are at risk, and now they're immobilized. That's like, this is what I wanted. Combat. This is what I want fight scenes in Fallout to look like. This is push up, push up. They're actually coordinating. This is what we don't see from actual TV shows. They're Californians, of course, are barbarians. Never forget the cons, the Vipers, and the NCR are all descendants of Vault 15. Yeah. Even the beginning of New Vegas cinematic makes me feel more compared to the show. I think the feeling is mutual. Why didn't they do this? Because zero nerds were involved in making the show. This look. I'll end off on that high note because that was. I got a kick out of that. I like film Freakout in the future might involve watching these in full. Anyways, that's all I've got for now. Let's see who we're gonna that's all I have for today. Let's see who we're gonna raid, because I think this was a good session despite my pain and anguish at the state of Hollywood and this the idiotic choices that they're making. I am willing to I'm willing to end it on a high note, and that is one hell of a high note. I'm sending you all to Haunting Miles. Clanker, you're gonna like him. He's Brazilian, like you. Anyways, hold on. Let me end off with the BGM on. Anyways, let me thank everyone. Thank you, terrible artist. Thank you, random perv. Thank you, Foxtrot, aka Space Missiles Enjoyer. Thank you, Clanker. Thank you, Irish Jesus. Thank you, Johnny Reb. Thank you, Dantioch fanboy. Where are you? Hold on. Thank you, Dantioch. Thank you, Dantioch fanboy. And thank you, Dantioch fanboy. Thank you, Penguin J. Thank you, Penguin J. And thank you. I think is that all of them? Thank you, Penguin J. Thank you, everyone. Oh well, I'm off the sexual harassment again. Don't mind the robots behind you, Felix. House is just resolving liabilities. But yeah, I'll be sending you all to Haunting Miles. So thank you everyone who came. Otsu Love. Something I wanted to say is I wish I could have more time to do this kind of thing for you guys because it is so much fun talking with you. So much fun talking with you guys and like having you on because like I wish I had more time to do this. Otsu Love everyone, thank you, and I will be seeing you next Thursday. It might be something special, it might not, but you never know. New Vegas karaoke one. I'm not. I want to sing, but I'm not a particularly good singer. Anyways, manual raid. Thank you, everyone. Go to love.